Laughable Odds. I'm Zach Caterly, your humble game master for tonight. And tonight, we are about to embark on a epic gambling session full of camaraderie, laughter, and definitely some dicey situations. Joined by the fantastic crew tonight of Laughable Odds. We have Nick, we have Eli, we have Isaac, and we have Judah. So, we don't have Christy and Noah with us tonight. And that will make for some sadness, but we're going to make the best out of it.
Yep.
And we're going to be jumping in right into where we left off. Before I get to that recap, last things kind of to touch on. We are using D&D 5th edition and set in a homebrew world called Zenith. It's of our own make and design. We have been loving going on our adventure through it together. If you want to see all of what we've been doing, you can find it on YouTube under Laughable Odds. You can just go to the live section. We've always streamed them live, and that's where they're banked. Also, there's a playlist. With that, we're streaming every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Twitch and YouTube. And I don't really have any other announcements.
You're very generous to say that it's a world of our own making. You mostly made this world by yourself, and we're just kind of running around.
But we're making the decisions, and okay, yeah. We're exploring it together.
Well, we are actively messing that world up right now.
They are frolicking in my mind.
We're just bunch of guys. We're messing up the timeline.
On mountain.
Small ripples, small waves.
Yep.
Pish splash potatoes. All right. So, without further ado, grab your snacks and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. Welcome to Zenith with Laughable Odds. Let's go! So, quick recap. You guys joined a hero society called Chino. And I'm just kidding.
2 hours of recap.
2 hours of recap. It's like, hey guys, I didn't prepare for tonight, so we're just
play another
recap
I
it.
reached out to a few people and asked if they wanted to play a game of D&D on stream.
From the very start.
Yeah. First, I actually met this guy. It's important for the story. Context matters. All right. No.
I met Eli in 1983.
Yeah, no, I've had some of these recaps go too long because I get too invested in it, and I love it. But we're going to try to keep it short.
No investment, just gambling.
Setting the stage for tonight, for what's at stake for you 4 players, and the choices that you 4 players are making tonight without the other 2 players here.
Yep.
And what rest on your shoulders.
Drugs.
And what risk there are lying on your shoulders, and what rewards may be there. So, y'all can take any approach you want. Make sure that you understand creativity is always your thing. You don't have to gamble tonight, but I know we had already been leaning that way. So, with that being said, you guys are 200 years in the past. You have found out that you are supposed to be here. Your inter-goal action, very, very, what's the word? I don't know. Extreme important actions that you have taken saved the Aurelius house. You literally saved Cedric, the great-grandfather that started the House Aurelius. And in the process, you guys are learning that how important all your actions and choices are. You guys have gotten quite a bit of answers from some pretty wise beings, an archfey, and a time dragon. And this helps kind of set you.
Yeah, the time dragon gave us more questions than answers, but
at least there's still stuff answered about the temple, stuff answered about the nature of it, and other things about being here and having to be here for enough time to reset to use it again, to get back to your own time. So there's different elements in both. Now, she was very generous and helpful within the prophetic and history side, whereas he's playing with the time, Muju craziness. She doesn't know anything about the time other than you guys shouldn't be here, but you are, and it seems that it's supposed to be. So, very complicated, mumbo-jumbo. Time paradox is fun.
Wibbly-wobbly.
Wibbly-wobbly. But with that time paradox, the biggest thing on y'all's shoulders right now is how to get Cedric set up to start a house from nothing. To take an urchin that is an orphan. I mean, he don't know his parents or if they're dead or alive. He just got his last name handed to him from Elwyn and is set on this path. And knowing it is him because of the heirloom and all of the details, sharing items, all this stuff, craziness, you'll have to ensure his safety. You'll have to ensure his prosperity and set him on a path that doesn't keep you guys from existing. So there's a lot at stake here. The number one thing that y'all were talking about last time was getting enough money. And you have quite a bit of money. Specifically, I was texted by Aaron that there's $17,000 that they can give to that money fund to split and use or gamble or invest or however you want to make money quick.
Okay.
Now, fun things here are you guys are on the way to the Central Trading Hub last session to get there. On the journey through and getting to the border town and to the gate, ever since waking up, Oberon never woke up. Oberon was in this dream state coma where he was pondering through and mumbling and grumbling and eyes moving back and forth. And our awesome rogue over here used some of his new mind powers and delved into your mind.
Oh, cool.
Went deep inside of you, bro.
To try to figure out.
Since it was a small guy.
I'm not even sore.
So, recenter. In exploring the dream state that you were in this coma of sorts, understood that you kept talking about finding your way, finding the direction, this oath, what does it mean? She said the oath was to be taken within you, a choice that you started.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be that you're walking throughout in your own brain space right now. And so they carried you on a stretcher through the town and even worked to start smuggling across into the Central Trading Hub across the gate. Wonderful plan. Absolutely wonderfully executed. Forged a document, stole a document, changed a little bit, put on disguises, everything. Going to rock through. The guards are like, we make our own rules. It's almost sunset. You can't get through. And you're like, pushing back. Next thing you know, they're like, well, tomorrow it may be that it needs to be sunset. And you get the idea that they just wanted to play a game and have some weird people to punch around.
They just needed some friends.
And yeah, so at first it was very antsy of what the heck would this game be? And they described a game called Zargon. A game that is very much akin to our real life, outside of the world, soccer. But with spells! Very supercharged. And you guys mop the floor with them. These guys are training to be a part of a league in the Central Trading Hub. And I think they learned something from you guys. We need more teleportation spells.
Yep.
And immunity to sleep. No. Because that was a punch. Yeah. So
How did you sleep?
the goalie, he put the goalie to sleep and scored right past him.
Roll on the health that you could have rolled. It could have been much higher. Than
No,
what
I rolled pretty close. I think I rolled like 52 or
56 or
54.
And you had to beat 50.
Yeah.
Because the guy hadn't taken any damage.
And max probably would have been maybe like 60.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Insane roll. Insane. Like, what a heck of a gamble, and you made it. And you had crazy, like, I needed this, and you got it. You know, like, to be able to kick.
Oh, yeah, that crazy kick from the goal.
Yeah, across the field. Nah, no big deal.
No big deal, no big deal. But they had several wonderful things, and they beat them 3-1. Great job. But you guys moved into the Central Trading Hub with Oberon still on a stretcher in a coma, and moving into late night. The sun's fully set, and you realize there's a festival in town. There seems to be celebrating in some of the squares and other things like that. you haven't really asked or talked with many of society to figure out what time of year it is. You know roughly you're 200 years in the past. At this point, you guys are going to try to figure it out. One of the main paths that you guys had was trying to find a place to stay and close to the academy, because you guys are trying to see, as what may be a great move is to get Cedric enrolled in the academy, because it will grant him strength and training and security. Because if he'll be protected within the academy walls for a while and be able to set himself up on at least not being homeless and not being an urchin.
And hopefully he won't be useless afterwards.
Right. And hopefully he'll be able to actually be able to have combat. He has high-level spells he's learned from this inherited spell book, but he doesn't really know how to really use them. And so this seems like the best course of action. You guys have to figure out admissions, what that looks like, cost, what that looks like, and all you know is you need money. You have some at your disposal, and you need to double it, triple it, mega quadruple it, however much, quickly. And first thoughts that came to mind was gambling, especially with the tricks of time effery that Elwyn has, because that's not throwing out a spell that someone's going to detect. So y'all were very eager to do so. But with that,
did we decide how to make a
Pour some water.
redo point?
so y'all have not practiced it yet, but he did try to set a anchor point with his new ability from the heirloom, the time-touched heirloom, and the Chronos Grasp, and set it when you guys woke up, but hasn't reset any new one yet, and it will last for 24 hours. Y'all haven't ever practiced using it at will to do it yet, but he believes it has a good understanding of it. But with that being said, you guys are moving into this. Y'all are traveling along through the town. And it's nice and peaceful. The sun's setting. You guys are at your own pace. As you're clicking along, Elwyn and Aaron are with you guys. You three are carrying along in y'all's little cart.
Oh, yeah.
And
you
you're
turned back into a
Clydesdale,
horse, or
right?
did I need to pull a cart?
Yeah, or
Cool.
the mangy horse. Did you
I'm
go
a
to a
mangy
better horse?
No, I'm a mangy horse.
Mangy horse.
Dave, the mangy horse.
Dave the mangy horse.
How many names do we need?
Oops.
We'll see how it goes after the campaign's over, how many names we have.
The list is long. Hence the title screen there with all y'all multiple nicknames and names. But with this, you guys are clipping along. Clippity clop.
Are there any posters or anything like that would show what kind of festival this is?
Good idea. Make a perception check.
Okay. It's just +5, I think.
It's the tournament again.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Ew.
Do we pass any other horses while we're
Yes, you pass other horses.
Can I ask one of them a question telepathically?
Yes, because they can understand you.
I want to ask one of them what's going on in the town.
Well, you don't know the new year coming?
I will telepathically reach out to him and say, I think it's a New Year thing. Nay.
Nay.
Wonderful. It appears to be around the turn of the year. And that is probably what all the celebration is.
So, historically, in the future, you guys know that typically between the end of the holidays and the new year, that last week or two of the year is held with large festivities. Mostly people aren't working and having week-long feasts and other things and plenty to do and shows and triumphs and fireworks and other things, and it's a pretty festive spirit of another year alive in the void.
So it's a harvest festival, essentially.
In a way, mate. In a way. So instead of marking, the all right, great, harvest and leading into winter, and other things like that, it's the turn of the anniversary of survival and on to the next year. And so with this, celebrations are abundant and aflow. And as you guys kind of communicate that to each other, you guys got a good sense of what that's like. And y'all are moving through and starting to go in a direction. Y'all are headed towards one of the larger squares of the good markets.
Do we still want to gamble? Is the question.
It would be fun.
What if we lose our money?
And then you start from zero.
But we can reset, yeah?
But once per day.
In theory, we could.
We hope.
I mean, if
Do
it all goes
we-
wrong, we just hit the reset button.
Do we want to reset again before we gamble so that we don't have to come all the way back through the giant district again?
Well, yes. Well, I think... yes.
One immature soccer league game is enough for me.
I love playing Zard, but I keep resetting the time.
We would get so good in a few days. Like, so we know our every move.
What's Elwin's fake name?
It is
Teshin.
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 You said my real name.
No, I said your fake name is
Velcron.
Valcoron? Okay.
Velcron, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought you started to say Oberon. I was
No.
like, no way.
I knew that was one of the fake names. I just couldn't remember whose it was.
Call me Dave now.
So as you guys are clip-clopping along and kind of mulling over what the choice and decisions, and do we rest first? Do we reset the soul anchor and such? We shift to your perspective.
I will not join Hawk 2. I will not join Hawk 2. Get out of my head.
You see your Bitcoin crash? Cryptocurrency crash?
So, we're back at what would be evening for you of the previous day. As you've gone to sleep, and everything seems well and dandied.
Oh, shoot.
And you are gripped with the sudden fear of falling. You try to wake up, your body thrusts to be open, just your eyes trying to bring themselves awake. You're trying to sit up in your stead, and as you do, you see yourself stand up and your body still on the ground.
Uh-oh. Poke it a little.
As you go to poke, your hand passes back through your body.
Oh, no. I'm dealing with enough right now. I do not need this too. I go to look at them.
Yeah, they're all sleeping. They're in the hut.
Oh, this is weird. Am I stuck here? I'm gonna try to step out of the hut.
You can go. You step out, and easily you pass through the barrier.
Oh man. How do I get back in my body? This should be weird. This is really weird. Well, I could go look at some stuff. Sure, why not?
All right.
I'll start walking towards the Central Trading Hub.
All right.
They ain't gonna stop me. I'm a ghost.
Yeah. And so you start traveling. Do you want to just travel through the night and as your ghost body and pass into the Central Trading Hub?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I got nothing better to do.
All right. So as you head out, it's a long walk. It's pretty peaceful. It's dark. Stars are out. Such. Moving along. You see a large creature. Massive claws. Pushing something behind a tree. And you're like kind of curious a little bit.
I'm gonna look at that.
Get even closer.
I'm a ghost. I don't care. I'm unkillable.
It's a troll.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, it's a troll. And as you look at what he's pushing to the side, it's a dead giant. A child.
Okay,
Looks like a hill giant child.
I don't have a weapon or anything on me. It's just a...
No, you do.
I do?
You have your loot. You have all of your equipment with you. And as you look at it, you look at yourself. You're tangible. Like you don't look like you're like ghosts should be translucent. You feel solid. You feel, but it's weird. But you can hold your loot in hand.
All right, this troll obviously just like killed this kid or something, from what I can tell.
Seems like it.
Can I roll like insight to make sure I'm like not wrong on that?
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. It is definitely like pretty freshly killed. You're not sure if it was sleeping somewhere and it just slit its throat and slid it away and tried to eat it, or what's going on.
Everybody be eating everybody here.
Jesus.
You're still, a little ways away from the town near the gate to the Central Trading Hub. But you're on the way, and you see this troll seeming to stash this body.
I'm gonna pull out the Sill Lyre,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to cast Wall of Fire around it in a circle.
All right. You go and you. The fire erupts all around it. It doesn't even notice.
Oh, that's so weird. I'm gonna wait till he tries to like step into the fire and see.
Passes through it. Moving around, just shuffling. And he's got a branch and he's covering tracks and he's going back and forth. None of the landscape's getting caught on fire.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hit the troll.
Yeah, you're up.
With my rapier, because I don't have an actual weapon right now. Just a rapier.
Yeah.
That is... I actually do not know off the top of my head. That's a 18 to hit.
18. As you slice and go pierce this through. Troll kind of looks and smacks a bug. Nothing?
That's weird. That's really weird.
All
right.
You fully have your rapier still stuck in it.
Alright, well, this is the last thing I gotta do. Try to smite it. Nothing?
It definitely engages. The spell does the thing, but it doesn't affect him.
Oh, this sucks. I can't even help the king avenge the damn kid. Alright, well, I'm just gonna keep moving.
All right. Start moving towards the Central Trading Hub. An hour, 2, 3 hours go by, 4 hours go by, and you are stepping through this town. It's dark overall, and the sun's not even coming up yet. And you start to see the gate up above. It's massive. 80, 100 foot, 120 foot built. The construction's incredible with the giants and the way they built this thing. Go through.
Let's get through, yeah.
You pass through the actual physical structure of the gate, passing straight through it. And you go to the other side and you see what is massive, massive statues depicting all the different types of giants. And the large giant bridge that leads over the canal into the Central Trading Hub. Can you continue forward?
Yeah. I think I will.
All right. You continue on, and you lead into the Central Trading Hub. As you're into the Central Trading Hub, you're starting to pass through some of the fields and such. And there is... everything seems pretty normal. You've overall seen the Central Trading Hub a few times. This is not an alien place or anything like that. But there's this weird, unsettling feeling of not being able to interact with the world. And as you're heading further into town, where are you trying to go?
I'm gonna try to head back to the main square where I met Boot and Relane originally.
All right. So, head into the high-end markets. where you were previously playing music and see what it's like. See how much the landscape has changed in 200 years. And as you head that way, go ahead and roll a survival check as you're doing your best to navigate what is ultimately a different city.
That is a 11.
11. As you're moving on through,
Oh my god, I have a great opportunity.
there's something up ahead that seems off-putting. And you get this sense of something else looking at you. And as you kind of swivel and look around, you see that you are nearby to a church.
Oh man, that's weird. I really want to get exercise if I'm like a ghost. That's not good at all.
Yeah, I would hate to go to the gym. Exercise bad.
Yeah, exercise is bad. What, like, roughly, what time is it? Like, when would they be waking up soon?
The daylight hasn't started to come up, so you're pretty far into your journey.
Yeah.
And the sun hasn't come up.
Okay. Shoot.
But it should be soon, like
Okay.
any hour.
Okay. Well, I can't like really interact with things in the world, right? Like when I touch them, they don't really move.
Your hand passes through them.
Okay.
But right now, you have the feeling that something's watching you, and you're nearby a church as you spin around looking everywhere, and the church catches your eye.
My mindset here is I have two options of a great opportunity. Go to the church. 2, go into the library.
Yeah.
And look at the upper floors.
Yeah.
But you can't touch the books.
No.
But
But
if something's open.
if something's open and potential titles on the books. Yeah, screw it, I'll go into the church.
All right. It's as you're kind of like considering all the possibilities, you feel invincible. You're not worried at least a little bit.
Not an evil spirit, at least.
You're starting to move towards the church. You realize there's a graveyard attached to the church. And there are specters floating around in the areas. As you now get closer and you see these floating things as they
Oh boy.
snap over, and they're faceless, like hooded whatever is locked in on your direction.
About to fight a bunch of
You are
Dementors.
about 30 feet away from them.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna back away a little bit.
And they start to close the distance towards you,
Alright.
seemingly very interested with your presence.
Real quick on myself, I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Okay.
And, hello? Can you all speak? Taking that as a no.
They're just getting closer.
I'm gonna need you to stay back a little bit. Kinda weirded me out.
20 feet away from you.
Why'd you suggest that they back away?
Do I still have that spell?
There's 3 of them.
I don't have that spell anymore.
Times 3. You got rid of suggest?
Yeah, well, I don't.
Because also a lot of things changed for him. He's going through something right now.
I don't have many. Like, I have third level spell slots, but I don't even have third level spells
Okay.
because of how my casting works now.
Yeah.
But he can smite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare myself for a fight.
Okay. So you're ready. Pulling out your rapier?
Yep.
All right. You whip this thing out. And they're getting closer. Closer. They're now 10 feet away. The arms start to reach out towards you. And we're going to jump back to you guys real quick.
Cool.
So,
So that's before anything that we're doing right now.
correct. You still have a lifeless body with you.
Okay.
you guys are close to the end of the day. I mean, like, the sun's been down 2-3 hours, and plenty of festivities and things happening on. Elwyn and Aaron have suggested getting an inn near the academy. Is that what you guys want to do?
Let's do that.
I think so.
God, these things are so
Maybe
Yeah.
they are. They're so.
Keep an eye out for anything that's posted that would allude to like a bounty or a quest or something that
Yeah.
maybe we could do that's productive.
Roll a perception check.
Do we also
There are
wanna
boards. There's other things up. There's tons of posters and things.
Keep an eye out.
31.
That'll do it.
Keep an eye out for maybe people that
That'll
are
do it. We limp our eyes.
drunk or outside of their faculties in some way that we could maybe
Oh yeah.
snatch
Yeah.
some
Oh,
things
I-
on the way.
I love remembering we're not like an actually truly good party. So you can see the blind people blind.
Yeah.
I love
Find
it.
some
I'll do that
donuts.
while he's looking for.
All right. So make a perception check for looking for some easy marks.
I will assist.
All right.
It's cocked.
So you actually, as y'all are pulling through here with your horse eyes.
Another natural one
Oh no!
With advantage?
with advantage.
I'm
Yeah,
helping
he's
you
helping
see
you.
your advantage.
7 on one of these. 8, 13.
Biggest of oofs. There's a lot going on.
Just to see if I would have. Mine wouldn't have been much better.
But for you,
Ouch.
31. You're like, let's see all the things. What's going on? You see some posters for some lost animals, lost dogs and some cats
Are
and
there
other
pictures?
things. There are.
We could totally go around and you could turn me in as lost animals for rewards and then I'll disappear.
Yeah.
We
Is
could
that,
do that.
is that arguably
And
evil?
you're looking at some of the
Where did Froofy go?
you're looking at like reward, no stated values on them, but you're keeping your eye out. You're like, okay, this is great. And your eyes, you're kind of perusing all these different types of rewards. You see a huge reward.
Define huge.
2 million.
Okay. This is too big for us. What is it? We're doing it.
It is for the captured alive, the assassin Black Fist.
Okay.
Oh shoot! That's
He's
the
coming for you
That's who
anyway.
wants to kill me. We're so up. We are so up.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Wait, who's coming? Oh, is that the guy that Shawcross?
Yes.
Okay.
And so you see a depiction of this person. Has a pretty rockin' mustache. There is a scar depicted over his eye that seems to cut in like kind of over the side of his brow, not across his eye. His eye's plenty intact. It's like over the brow, across the side. Rockin' mustache.
We're gonna point that out to Elaine so he can look at it because he'll remember it better than I will.
Yeah. The person is very dark-skinned, very muscular in depiction.
Any race?
It
hints.
seems to be human. And with that, there's no other information other than to bring in alive
To where?
to the Central Trading Hub Police.
Okay.
So to the CTHP. And yeah, that's all. There's not enough like any more on that. You could potentially go try to talk to somebody about it, but you see that and then you're like, ooh, dollar signs, you know.
But a good sleep spell can't fix.
And with all of this, you're also looking at the different posters, pictures, icons for different things. There are a few shows and things that are upcoming. Some opera that's going on. There looks to be some ballet and other things that are going on as well. There's a rock concert.
Rock opera?
Not rock opera.
Rock
but there's-
lobster.
There's a second one. There's a separate event, you know, from those. There's depictions of advertisement for different places, different food places, different businesses. Let me get a list of some of those real quick. I have that up.
There's no MacGuffins here.
Rock and roll sushi?
Woo! You even have a
Are there any
few-
bodies of water in Zenith?
There are different canals and other things that cut through. There are no major lakes or seas. The whole thing's surrounded by a large sea/canal.
The moat goats.
Yeah, the big moat. And that's how all the trade flows.
Okay.
But there are different sections where canals cut further into the industrial areas that in different places to have things get out to the ports faster rather than all by cart from the interior of the city.
I have an idea.
Burning with
Kill
ideas.
the
everywhere.
Kraken.
Burning with ideas. I think this is great ideas, man. Let me pull this up.
I'm joking. That thing would roll us.
Yeah.
We've said that a lot, and we're still here.
Keep doing some crazy things.
We did kill a Devil Joe. Bunch of low ranks killed a Devil Joe. I mean, hey,
That was crazy.
he's in the high rank armor, so helps him out.
Right.
Yeah, my AC is 25 now.
Would you?
With my.
Do you want it to be a 27? I can cast Shield of Faith on you.
Please don't. I'm just kidding. You see some different company names, like the Arcane Jewelers Consortium, Forge Heart Metals, the Starlight Grove Crafts, the Scalebound Emporium. That's the same as
Aaron,
what Aaron worked for, was the Starlight Grove Crafts.
The lady she worked for was an elf, so she might still be alive.
You see Stonehammer Minerals Incorporated, which was the same one that had the permit for that you guys pulled from. There's the Seraphic Plumes Trading Company, the Hellfire Gems, the Blood Moon Botanicals, Lunar Essence Traders, Iron Blood Mercantile, Arcane Tech Innovations. And another place that you are also familiar with is from the Mystics area. That is Spirit Forge Timber Co. And these just different ones that you see advertisements throughout. Your eyes are locked on to like trying to connect with what your memories and things you have been familiar with. And there have been companies that have been long-standing for long periods of time and have been the pillars of society. And these are different ones of these different industries of all these different districts. You see advertisements also for gambling, for casinos. There's the Stranded Casino. There is the the Whaler's Wake, and the good old Bridgestone. And you see different advertisements for different ones, and you don't know much about any specific ones of those. Roll a history check to see if you've heard any stories. 14. From all of these casinos, the names kind of ring a little bell. Wait, you did hear a story one time about the good old Bridgestone. This is a place that most people, addicts and other people, end up locked away, and essentially by their own gambling addiction. They seem to never venture far from or ever seem to come back from. It seems they get locked there.
That doesn't bring in. That's not from like when I had my crazy drug-filled night, is it?
No, it's definitely from like you've heard rumor about this and that and other. Like, whoa, careful.
Okay. Well, I'll point that out to.
That was a 31. Sorry, that was a lot of words.
Yeah,
you did really well.
I'll point out the highlights of like the shops, and specifically the shops and the casinos to bookkeeper mentally as we travel, and then most specifically the 2 million bounty seems like a lot. With inflation in 200 years, that's crazy. So.
If you take it back. If you use it here, that's also, for him.
It's a good investment, though, you know what I mean? Could trust my money.
Honestly.
So, you start relaying all that information back and forth and kind of stewing over that. You guys can all kind of chew on that information. So we jump back to you, sir.
All right.
Roll initiative.
Oh man, I wish I had speak with Dad. Oh yeah. That is a 8.
8. They're up first. As they close the distance and get within 5 feet of you, each of their arms outstretched on you, they're going to try to all 3 make attacks.
They all have disadvantage
Okay.
because I cast protection from evil and good.
Yep. That avoids a crit. Avoids 2 crits. Holy crap. That's going to be a 12 to hit,
That misses.
a 16 to hit,
I will cast shield.
and a 20 to hit.
That 20 hits still.
With that, you're going to take 4 psychic damage
Okay.
and 4 necrotic.
All right.
Necrotic is this
Barely keep concentration.
life-sapping force that you feel your very own breath or lack thereof in this form. It's like your very essence of the spirit form is being destroyed. Your max hit points are also reduced by 4.
Okay.
And you're up.
So I have 64 HP right now. All right. Sadly, I don't have a great weapon, so I'm not gonna do. I don't get my ability from this. But
What about your loot?
I can't turn to a great axe yet. That's a level 11 up. All right. I'm going to. Well, I'm actually not really that hurt, so that's okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just make an attack roll into one of them.
Okay.
That's really bad. That is really bad. That is a 12.
12. 12 still hits.
I was gonna say they're
Cool.
ghosts. I don't think that.
And
much
as
armor.
it
I'm gonna drop a
hits,
3rd level smite.
go ahead and roll. You
Okay.
can roll extra damage because this is considered to be undead
Undead.
type.
All right. That is. I'm just gonna roll on here because it's gonna be way easier.
Yeah.
So it's undead, so 3d8 off rip, and then it's a 3rd level, so 5d8. So from just the radiant damage, that's 21 damage,
Okay.
and then that is 10 from the rapier.
10. As you you see the light burst from under its hood and shatter into a million pieces as the other two and start to flee. You can take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, you bet I will.
Expecto
That's a lot better. That is a 25 to hit,
25 hits.
and then since it's attack opportunity, can I smite again?
Yeah,
Well, one in Rome, you know.
right.
That is a 2. So from the rapier damage, that is 6 damage. And then I'm going to drop another 3rd level smite. Because I have no other reason for those spell slots. And that is 23 radiant damage.
Scattered into the ether. The one is fleeing as fast as it can.
Alrighty.
Do you chase? Do you leave it?
Yeah, I'll chase it.
You move towards it, and now that you're moving with like speed and like an effort rather than just a casual observation, realize you have a lot more speed.
Oh,
You
dang.
have triple your movement speed.
Okay.
Dang.
So you dash right over to it. Hit it again.
Yeah, sure. Why not? That is a 23.
Yeah.
That's 9 rapier damage, and I'm just going to use a 1st level smite. 12 damage on the smite.
With that, how much was radiant?
12.
12. So with that, it's extremely effective.
Mm-hmm.
And burst in front of you. No scream, no thunder of this. It just and quiet. As there's a part of you that now, as all three of them are vanquished, you look to your surroundings. Did anything notice that? Is there more? Is there a whole graveyard of these things?
Gonna go inside the church this time.
And this was you approaching the church,
Yeah.
you know. So, and there's that graveyard that's connected to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the graveyard because I don't want to fight more spirits and get my like spirit
Make a perception check.
ripped off pretty much. Okay. 10.
10. As you scan out across the land here, the sun's starting to come up, and there's this mist that's covering everything and a bit of a fog, and it's hard to see. It's very eerie. But you move towards the church, and you go in. It's quaint. It's very small town vibes, farmer church. Max maybe 30 people can sit in this church.
Cool.
There's a small little pedestal at the front, and it seems like a small place for sermons or teachings.
Interesting. I got really no idea what to do here. Well, shoot. How am I gonna get back to my body now? Didn't really think about that all that well. Damn it. Oh. I can't cast sending anymore. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough.
As you're kind of mulling over in here, you hear a small voice. Oh, boy,
Oh, you're awake here too.
what's all that ruckus about?
I'm not in my body right now.
What do you mean?
I'm like a spirit.
To make me a spirit?
I have no idea. No clue.
I didn't think I had a soul.
Ah, everyone has a soul.
Oh, I'll take that on good faith.
I really actually have no idea, but I'm just...
Well, you've gotten yourself into quite a pickle.
Yeah, I fought 3 specters, like undead little things.
Killing things in the spirit world.
They attacked me. What am I supposed to do? Let them break my spirit and all?
I don't know, my dear boy. So you've lost your body.
Yeah.
How do we get back?
I don't know. I think I'm going to keep an eye out in town until the group comes, because I mean, they were heading here anyway.
What if they don't make it, my boy?
I'll make it.
Okay.
I mean, part of this whole new oath thing is trusting them to do what they need to.
What do you mean by oath thing?
Did you not hear the whole conversation we had with the Archfey?
My brain's a little fuzzy this morning.
Probably because we're not in our bodies.
I feel disconnected.
I do too.
I feel lost.
It's not good.
Why is it dark outside?
I got no idea. To be honest.
You said oath of providence, right?
Yep.
So what does that look like? Do you said some words?
Not really.
Well, then what is the oath of? What is your mantra? What is your...
What are you oathing?
I swore towards our fate.
What's the fate? Our fate.
Yeah.
Or the fate of the party, the fate of yourself.
Everyone's.
Everyone's. Is there something that would help you, guide you to find this oath, or...
I don't know.
So an oath of providence.
Maybe we should head towards some paladins?
Maybe.
It's not a bad idea.
Maybe we'll learn something.
Couldn't hurt. We could look over the shoulder of a few students or something and read a book.
Which way?
I have no idea, but we'll find our way.
It's at this time the sun's coming up. And you hear another voice.
Uh-oh.
It's Ronnie's. And you hear this slightly far voice. Seems very distant. Are you out there? Are you in there? Wake up!
Ronnie?
And then you hear him answer back, and what are you What are you doing?
Currently, I'm a spirit, I think. I'm back in Zenith. Kind of was able to walk around as I pleased.
And he doesn't seem to connect with what you said.
Uh-oh.
It's like he can't hear it quite well. He's like, are you lost?
Yes!
Where are you going?
I have no idea! I'm gonna go talk to some paladins!
Paladin? What?
I don't know. I got really nothing else to tell them. Luke, you got any ideas?
Did you say anything about the oath?
I'm gonna try to figure out my oath.
And you hear the voice come back. Oath? Find your way. And it's as if the sun breaks across the sky. And you have your eyes looking outside the church doors, down a path. And it is like a gleaming golden path in front of you. And is leading to Cade's palace.
Well, no one's here to stop me, right? Let's go check what this is all about.
Dear boy, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Nothing we do is a good idea.
Okay.
Last time Elwood had a good idea, he put us 200 years in the past. So...
With that,
He's not wrong.
you offset on your new path.
Yeah, go to Kate's palace, sure.
A path revealed to you by Ronnie's divine light, I guess. And off you go. We switch back to you guys.
Despite his darkness, he is our guiding light in all these dark times.
All right.
Moonlight Greatsword.
You guys, back at it, have all this information at your hands. Still going to an inn first? Deviations, anything that you would want to do?
We just go to
Yeah, I think just the end.
a medium inn.
Okay. Nothing too high scale, nothing too squanders, but still close to the academy. You guys travel through the night. There are a bit of celebration stuff. Everybody make a perception check.
God. That's bad.
13.
I mean, it's not the worst. 10.
10.
See, hold on. 19?
19. As you guys are traveling forward on your little cart and moving through, it's getting crowded and such, and you guys are kind of keeping your eyes and head on a swivel. And you pick up that there are a few different little children that are running through the crowds and such like that. And you're getting a little anxious because how close they're getting to the cart and potentially the wheels are getting ran over. And then as you're kind of peeking up and tracking them, more so for their safety, see one of them cling onto the back of the cart and start to try to ruffle through some of y'all's stuff.
Swat.
You try to knock him off the cart or just try to knock his hand?
I just want to be like, hey, quit.
Stop it.
Sorry! Jumps away. The little pack is a little bit open, and you look forward and you're like, should be fine, right?
Guess we'll stop the cart. Is there anything that I can tell? What was in the bag in the first place?
So it looks
Whose
to
bag
be
was it?
it looks to be Elwyn's, and it seemed that he was lost and looking at stuff across the way and didn't see anything. As Aaron's like quickly rummaging through it and looking through and goes, "Your chalice.
Gosh, dang it, we need that.
Your chalice is gone. Where did the kid go? Which way?"
You will run towards him.
Off you break.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll initiative to see how fast you act on this.
Not 20.
At 20, you already had a pretty good idea of this.
Hood up.
Hood up, invisible. You bonus action dash, moving through the crowd. Make a dexterity save or an acrobatics.
Okay, acrobatics. I think that's acrobatics.
Can't do anything. I'm just a mammal.
Yeah, I was looking through my stuff. I mean, I could cast
Elwyn is
sleep.
immediately going.
That's will 18 be good enough, or should I add a doodad?
I would add it.
That is 24.
24. With that, even if you guys could see what was going on, you'd be really impressed. But as he is dipping and dodging through the crowd, and even kicking and like flipping off of certain obstacles, and going around different carts and other things, tearing through, you have a lock on which way this kid went. As you're going and scrambling, make a perception check. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
This is a crowd, and this is a child. It's intending
One
to
of
get
them was
away.
a nat 20. Gosh dang it. So that's 18.
You spot out this little guy. He has a bit of a green little garb to him, and you pick it out pretty well. Chase him down immediately, and you already have your hand on the chalice right there with him. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. He's like trying to shuffle back into the crowd as much as possible.
I'll let him go.
He runs and
Just
splits.
apologize to empty air.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's exactly what it was, because he just, and it's like,
He's just a kid.
not sure with what he just messed with. In the world of magic, it's easy to be overpowered by these different things. He's like, mess with the wrong person. And with that, you
Run on back.
essentially get back, averting disaster. And in the process, you guys get back up, and it doesn't take you guys too much longer of thankfully avoiding a potential major setback and manhunt, thanks to Ronnie's incredible skills. You guys find a nice little inn and tavern. Let me pull up the tavern. This is the Crystal Crown Tavern. It is no arcane chalice inn, but it is one of the overall nicer inns that is near the academy. It is not the highest end, but it's very nice. As you guys come up to, there is a place to keep your horse and your your cart. Sure, you're welcome to store everything down in the stables. As you guys are pulling up, they're asking, do you need a place to put this away?
The cart? Yes. The horse? No.
Okay. Well, we don't allow the horses to be tied up on the street and making a mess, so you'll have to take them down the way if I don't know, I wouldn't put them here.
I'm just gonna walk towards the door after I'm unhitched.
Wait, you won't fit in there, horsey! Horsey!
Will I fit?
No.
If I fits, I said.
Alright, then I'll shrink back down into a cat.
Darn druids.
Hello, I mean, nah.
Welcome to the Crystal Chalice. Crystal Crown. I'm befuddled. Enjoy your stay!
Thank you.
And now he tries to pick up the cart.
Sorry for all the horsing around.
I'll help him get the cart put away.
Okay. Thank you, because he was going to be struggling. You help him put this away, and then you guys step inside. It is a rather nice and slightly more than modest inn. Definitely a holiday inn of level. It's
Continental breakfast?
Yes, breakfast is
I'll
included.
make my own waffle.
Blueberries.
As you come up, then they go, how many rooms and how many nights?
2 rooms? 3 rooms.
There's 2 beds in each room.
So we need 3.
3 rooms. How many nights?
Multi-night discount.
No,
Then 1 night.
1 night. All right. Well, cleaning fees twice.
It's not an Airbnb. What the?
And will you be wanting the breakfast?
Yes.
All right, we'll make sure we have 6 places reserved for you.
Oh no, it's reserved. That means we have to pay.
No, it's included with the room. We just have to make your place. We'll have your names down under a place setting at the table. 1 table should fit you all. We'll have a private for you. Make sure that no one interrupts your mornings.
Good, I hate
Wonderful.
interruptions. Right?
Right.
Yes.
Right. What names would you like me to put this under the table, the rooms?
Put it under my name, I suppose. Steve.
Steve what?
Steve Moontouched.
Steve Moontouched.
Consensually, obviously.
Well, of course. Do you require any amenities, extra clothing or things? It looks like you've been traveling on the road.
We have been. I don't know that it's entirely necessary, though.
Do you have a spa?
Well, yes, we do, but it's separate charges.
Oh.
If I can provide you with basic fine clothes and soaps and other things to make yourself well, I'm happy to also work with the concierge to gather anything you need to might fit your size.
Your finest soaps.
Soaps. There are some oddities there. Do you have a favorite fragrance that I might perhaps hunt down?
Something natural.
Wow. Of course, the amberwood.
That sounds great.
You'll love it, sir. All right, we'll have that all down for you. That's good. Just for the night, it's going to be 60 gold.
Wonderful. And I will give her 60 gold.
Wonderful. It will be rooms will be on your stead until noon tomorrow. Please enjoy your stay.
We'll need double of the amberwood for him. He's big.
Right away, sir. And your name?
Sandal.
Master Sandal. We will have that sent up for Steve ASAP.
Actually, do you have sandalwood?
I'm afraid I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither. It was
But
worth a shot.
I can hunt it down.
No, it's okay.
Wonderful. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. And your name is?
Joff.
Joff.
Last name?
I don't like to give it out, but it's Busby.
We're gonna stalk you.
Thank you,
He hears
Joff.
your voice in his head. I'm inside of your head.
We're gonna stalk you.
And I guess we'll head up to the rooms.
All right. All right, you guys find yourself very comfortable, and you can talk, plan, do anything. Otherwise, we'll jump to breakfast the next day.
Do we need to start an anchor point here?
It's done in the morning.
Okay. Then we're good.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get a nice long night's rest.
And a bath.
Where do you guys
Rest.
bunk Oberon?
Who's the lightest sleeper? Probably Aaron,
Probably.
Aria.
Arya.
Arya. Probably her with the lightest sleeper.
All
In
right.
case anything happens.
She has pretty good passive perception.
Yeah, my passive perception is
Oh,
not
ours
great.
are the same. Yeah, with her.
All right. So with that, he goes, okay, I'll be ready. Okay.
10
Much
out of 10
confidence.
impression.
Much confidence we hear in your voice.
Long rest?
Long rest. You guys get a long rest. You do not. Not yet. So,
I still have more smite slots. It's okay.
so as you guys are doing so and getting your long rest, we jump back to you, sir. You at your expanded speed start flying across town. You get there very fast. It's hard to put a time frame on it, but the sun is pretty clear in the sky now. But you come to what is the outer perimeter of the main palace of Zenith. Arcade's palace, the creator of Zenith. No one is allowed here, and it is heavily guarded. And you see many of such guards in their very distinct uniforms.
This place hasn't been open in like years, right?
There hasn't been any public access to this palace ever that you know of. And you're not very learned in history, but you've only had it recalled as like it is the leadership, lordship of this, but is not extremely active in its governments or anything like that.
Gotcha.
It's like the pinnacle of the city that you see from everywhere. But also everyone understands how like it's essentially considered as a sacred, impenetrable fortress kind of thing. The last place to stand should anything fall.
Okay. Well, the light's still shining on it, so I imagine we'll keep going this way. All right, Chorus, let's keep going.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a good idea anymore, but if it's what fate wants, that's what we'll do.
You pass by these guards. They are in a wonderful, decked out uniform and garb and armor and such. It's rather pristine. Very greens and blues with silver on them, or maybe it's platinum, or maybe it's mithril. They seem to be well together in uniform and station. There's no perceivable identity of their face or facial features or anything like that. Just that they are like so meticulous in their movements and actions that it seems to be like as if this army has trained and this guard has trained for eons. But as you pass through the outer walls and gate and start to push towards what is the palace itself, you come to large grandstanding doors, and you push through.
Yeah, sure.
Pass through, coming into what is the foyer, and there are grand statues and such, and large, everything you could think of what would be a majestic castle. And that's good. That was a good shot from this far. No thanks. But now you gotta try.
I got that.
So
You let him shenan once, they'll shenan again.
they will. They will.
Wasn't close.
You're on fire.
We're holding it down.
To gamble now.
We're locked in. And you start to venture where? What passes your mind of where to explore in this massive castle and palace?
Is the light still like any trend like leading or?
It seems to be like once you've eclipsed inside, you don't have a direction.
I'm off now. I've never been here before, so I really don't know anything about it.
Yeah. And what you're thinking about is that maybe nobody alive does.
I'm just gonna like casually explore this place because I really have no idea what to do.
Yeah. Where does your heart go? Right, left, center?
Center first.
All right. You move towards what would be the grand staircase that leads to the multi-levels of the interior of this. Going up in scale and moving out, and you see large halls and other sides of this. As you come up this grand staircase into the central main hall, it is massive. I mean, just 400 or 500 feet long in size, and 200-300 feet left and right. the very core of this massive palace in size. Easily, all leading up to this point, doors, everything could accompany giants to be in audience at said main hall. And there's not furniture or anything detailed out inside and everything. Everything's very prim, proper, and like stored away in a way. Not in active use, not in active function or anything like that. But at the very far away is a throne that is made of, seems to be crystal and gold. It is gleaming. And do you approach?
I'll approach the throne, but I won't go like sit on it or anything like that. But I will kneel to it.
Okay. As you come up to it, and you get closer, you hear a voice. Not from your lute, from someone else, something. You are lost. And as you kind of like search and aim for a voice of where that came from, kind of look a little bit to the ceiling, descending through a small portcullis that opens up and floating down, just kind of levitating, coming down towards the throne and such. A gleaming in green and blue and silver. It's a race you've never seen. Simple robes and such, as it floats down and has pale, like greenish teal skin. Arms kind of crossed. Where are you coming from?
Well, I was in the giant district, but now I had a light leading me here.
This is interesting. A dragonborn. A young dragonborn.
Yes, and you are?
I am Cade.
Eyes wide. Oh. I have a lot going on, so I'm not sure.
It seems like it. You're dead?
No. The rest of my group, I think, still has my body, and I don't think I'm dead. I didn't die. I just woke up like this.
Outer body of experience. And you're not under the influence of walking through some means of spell within other planes. You're within the ethereal plane at the moment.
Oh. I guess that makes sense.
It's a wonder that you're not destroyed by other things that wander it.
I did fight some specters earlier, but I beat them.
With what?
And smiting.
The smiting is the only thing that worked. That would not damage them.
Oh.
So you have the ability to divine smite. You have a spark of divinity in you?
It's a new thing to me. I took up an oath recently.
What is this oath called?
It's the Oath of Providence.
That is not an oath.
It's
It's not listed within any of the paladin orders.
Steel seed.
I was told about it from the Queen of Night and Magic.
Dear Lord.
This, yeah,
She's created a new oath.
something that she said it was something within me. It's,
She's not allowed in Zenith. What?
Well, I wasn't
How
in-
was she in there?
I wasn't in Zenith.
You went to the void?
I was in there for a bit.
Boy, things have gotten untidy.
I mean, Chorus, do you want to speak up here? You got anything to say? I look at my loot.
He, eyes it further. Dear Lord Cageship, sir, we are your humble servants, and we respect that we are trespassing. And while we love your curiosity, we understand if we need to be on our way.
Hold up, my loot. This is Chorus.
Hi. Cade speaks back and says, I'm very intrigued by you both. You hold a very dated artifact that I knew its owner at the time of the convergence,
Oh,
before he was sundered.
I see. That's interesting.
Yes, and to come to see that you are holding it is
Providence.
That's what the oath is. That's the name of it.
This is some cruel joke. As kind of scratches his head and puts his hands in his head and says, I have seen many a things in the eons of time and millenniums, and there's a lot that I grow bored of. But I am now excited again. Yay. So you're out of your body. You're taking on a new oath. It's never been created before. The Queen of Darkness and Magic has set you on a path to take this oath and create a new order of paladins, and you've been venturing into the void as a gnat. And
there's 5 other gnats with me, so.
Dear Lord, adventurers are the worst. It never ceases to amaze me, the creativity and the sheer...
There's more I could tell you, really, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to.
I don't even want to probe your mind.
Don't know.
Listen yet and listen fast.
I'm listening.
I appreciate you taking a kneeling stance. And that has been very fitting of your respect. And has made it where I'm handling you with much more care than what I intended.
Well, if anything, my interests do align in keeping Zenith safe.
Well, that is well. And that is good. Where did you find this lyre?
Would you believe if I told you I stole it from a Dracolich?
It sounds about fitting.
I did. She's not a lich right now, but she was.
Say that one more time.
All right. I figure if we're allowed to tell anyone about these type of things, it'd probably be you, Cade. You're kind of like the guy.
He's him.
I'm not from this time.
Breathe, breathe.
Yeah, you heard the name. You ever heard the name of the Many-Eyed One?
No, that doesn't register anything in my brain.
Here, I got a few more names I can tell you. 1 second.
I got all
The
this.
Fabled One, the Essence of Light, Cloud of Lightning.
The fabled one was just a mere thorn. Essence. A mere ripple. That was 1,400 years ago.
Yeah.
And what does that have to do with this?
She's still around.
Yes, just that's just a small fiend. Nothing of
A
importance.
fiend.
Yes.
Can I get the fiend's name? Actual one?
I don't know the actual name. But I guess I could look into it. Why is it of import?
All right. You know, I really wish I had some of the smart people here with me to spill the beans, but I guess I'll do it. Me and my adventuring group are kind of in this whole prophecy business.
Another deep breath in.
Yeah. I had about the same reaction. Don't worry. Something about fixing the convergence or something. Or finding the person who will. I don't know what it means.
Hold on 1 second.
Holding.
Please hold.
And it's like a minute or so.
Oh, sorry.
And it goes, before you continue, let me make sure I have my facts. You've gone back in time.
About 200 years.
You got this from a Dracolich that was from that time that is not a Dracolich now.
Yep.
Went by previous names, was a fiend before. Now is a dragon and also undead lich.
Yep.
The chief lich. Wonderful. So, and what else do you know of this creature?
Well, in my time, she goes by the name of Shoutgrass. She had taken over Thunderclap Crater in the Dragon District, my home.
Yes, there are many Shao crosses through history.
That's the title she holds at the moment. I don't know if she has an actual name, but in our time, I was her jester. She kept me alive because I was supposed to take the title Shoutgrass after my father passed.
Ah,
So, one
so
night,
your dad was the leader of Thunderclap Crater at one point, had taken it over from another leader of it, and maybe a dragon, and then she came in and slain him and kept you as a
oh yeah, she killed my whole family.
Okay.
Everyone.
Well, that's
It's a shit show.
yeah. So what about this prophecy?
Well, it has something to do with us finding the one person who can fix the convergence or something. We'd
It's
originally...
impossible. There's no way that it can be done.
I don't know. It's a prophecy. I don't know if prophecies are real. But everyone has titles and things like that. I'm the one who's coveted by death. The Queen of Night and Magic even said that Shoutcross is one small step in that whole process. So, there's that.
Huh. Well, how long ago did you decide to take this oath?
A few days. In 2 days.
You may be largely doomed.
Yeah. The whole name coveted by death, I kind of figured that.
I'm being filled in by my others right now that this prophecy includes 6.
Yep.
One of which is the one, 5 others that bring about the one, each holding their own title, each on a path. And you are to say that this is legit and should be respected because you have somehow managed to travel back in time.
Yeah, through a temple that exists
Totally.
without time.
What's the power in the temple?
So, I think at this time it is untoward for me to interact with you. I'm being advised that should I interfere with the curiosities you've just instilled in me and follow these threads, then you will be erased from existence. So if I go and kill this Dracolich or keep this being from coming to being, then you will be gone.
Yeah.
Therefore, prophecy cannot happen. I hate you for this.
I hate me too, don't worry. It's part of this whole thing.
But I also love you for including me, but...
If it makes you feel any better, in our time, we'd actually just killed her. We were looking for her phylactery.
When you get back to your time, come find me.
I will.
I will have everything that you need to know, and she will never know of my existence. I have enough time to plan and see her moves. I will know where this phylactery rests. Because if I were to stamp it out,
Big come up.
you would be erased. If you come back to real time. Your time, my future time, and I'm prepared. I can equip you.
All
We're
right.
not gonna die when we get back.
New toys. This path you were on, this providence, this oath, this journey, I'm afraid that the Queen of Darkness and Magic is fulfilling the prophecy and that you are being hunted.
That's okay.
This walk through the ethereal, don't go into the void.
Never planned on it.
Fight the fight.
I'm gonna try to find my body. Try to get back to myself.
If you're ever in the void, get out as quick as possible.
That's the plan.
Specifically you.
Good to know. Well, my group's whole motto is avoid the void, so
I think that as well. There is a force, there is a being that likes to prowl within the ethereal. It's been nicknamed Death.
alright.
But for some reason, the very magics of this force field that has created Zenith has kept it away.
DA works better.
Good to know.
I have stayed within because it knows that knows what I am. It's ready to mark me out of existence.
Well, I'm not really afraid of dying. If I need to go into the void to save the world, I'll do it.
I think if you die, you jeopardize the results, but I don't know. Whatever this prophecy is, you guys are barely on the first doorstep of.
We know. Don't worry. Believe me, we had a demon named Malgathor who tried to tell us about it too. You know anything about him?
Very much so.
Anything you could tell me? Because he's an issue for us as well.
He's a low-level player in my realm, but for you,
Equivalent to fighting a god, pretty much.
not quite as that much, but you killed a Dracolich. You may be able to face him.
Maybe. In our time, we have a lot of people who don't mind helping us.
Well, you can count me as one of them.
Thank you. When you hear the name Chino start ringing out, you'll know we're about to come around.
We are imminent.
Point to is the gauntlet even my spectral form?
It is
Point to this.
intriguing.
I am inevitable.
I will not. I will say this. Get back to your body as soon as possible.
That's the plan. I gotta find them first. Wish I could catch sending.
That's dangerous. Not knowing where it is.
Yeah, you're telling me.
This being has agents of smaller importance that are within Zenith,
Okay.
and you will leave a trail, and they will pick up on that.
That's fun.
You will be hunted.
It's nothing new. I have Blackfish and Elvis.
Yeah. I'm afraid what it seems to be awakened within you is a potential in something that is called the Mark of Life. An antithesis of this being. You put out essentially a beacon to it.
Oh. Oh shit. That's pretty bad. That's really bad. Okay.
And you can see before some of these informed words that he's speaking and less out of emotion or reaction, he seems to pause for a bit as if he's getting sent information. It seems like in that time that he paused to talk to you, he sent out multiple messages to different people and have been getting information back about whatever he asked about. So,
Could I get you to help me find my party? So I'm not getting tracked as easily?
you could wait here. Because I was afraid once you leave, I won't be able to contact you. So maybe stay here. Enjoy the kitchen. You won't be able to eat.
I'll just
But,
look around.
yeah,
I mean,
enjoy.
I'm alright, like the first person to be in here in like forever.
About 1,200 years.
How fun. I'm gonna quickly explain what my party looks like to him. What big, kind of armor
You
they're
pass
wearing.
as much information as possible.
So
He
he's
seems to
scared.
already know quite a bit
Cool.
already off of calling out their names and appearances and depictations and things. The sheer amount of information he seems to have access to is astounding. And he goes, explore to your heart's content.
I will. First thing I'm gonna do is go to his laboratory if I can find it.
You start searching around. You start zipping and flying around. And with this, it is probably about an hour or so past that you've explored a decent amount. You have a good layout over all of this stuff. And you're starting to get to some of the higher levels after you've kind of further explored and such. And you're finding like different like wonderful built constructions and pieces of experimental magics and technologies and things, and pushing the very edge of what's possible. Brilliant inventor he is and such. You even come into a room that just has what seems to be about 80 portals. There's so much here that it just your brain is like, what? And you keep exploring with newfound like, and just like, the curiosity just keeps spiking through. You see a grand library, you see all this stuff, you find a wonderful alchemical laboratory that is just streaming with ingredients and materials and such, a full-on forge and other things about. There are a few of the guards that you've seen outside inside, and doing certain materials and processes and things. You can't see their face or anything like that, but they're all wearing the same garb, armored, everything like that, same color schemes, and moving with their own fervor on tasks that they're doing. None of them seem to see you or pick up on you as you explore and peruse, and you're starting to exhaust the options before the same voice goes, I found them.
Oh, good. Sorry you're bored here.
Yes. They are crossing the border into the giant district. So, best of luck.
Thank you.
They should be on the main road into.
Guess I'll see you in 200 years.
It's a date.
That's high class, and I walk out.
That's real plain Riz.
And you jet off, flying in that direction, trying to find them before they're too far away from the gate.
Yep.
You push and push on and push on. What elevation or height would you like to fly?
Probably just like 100 feet.
At 100 feet, you may not be able to see distinct faces or
Fair
people. As,
So I'll fly 300 feet up then.
300 feet?
Well, no, lower. Yeah, flying 50 feet.
50 feet.
Yeah,
50 feet, better option, being able to make out individuals traveling on the road more easily and what might be a party. You have been informed they are slightly disguised as some dwarves. So,
Really only one person in this guys.
yeah, the other
Dwarf
part is
and a
kind of
horse
covered.
and everyone else looks normal, I think.
Right. But pushing forth, it's not too long before you find them, and the day has progressed a little bit, and a lot actually, and the sun is starting to go down as you have found them just around sunset. They are just crossing the border now, in coming across the bridge. You had scoured over all of the internal city and gone an outward sweep towards them until you found them. And you do so, and you are able to kind of linger with that. What do you try to do?
Try to hop back in my body.
Trying to lay back down in it, and it seems the cart keeps moving past. And like, what does this mean?
This is so weird.
You start following it and
Yeah.
following it and following it. And it isn't until the final laying down in the night and such like that that you feel basically yourself growing tired and more tired and more tired. You realize that yourself that you're straight exhausted. And as you're kind of lingering and sitting on the bed next to your body, as everybody's going down for a long night's rest, you hear something. A low rumble and move and a shuffle down the hallway. It's echoey. It doesn't seem real. It seems to be within the ethereal.
Uh-oh.
And you feel your eyes shutting a little bit as you're like trying to snap yourself awake, but you're so tired and you seem to pass unconscious.
Oh, fun.
As from Aaron's perspective, you wake up as she immediately, Hero comes out. You're alive. You're really there.
Yeah. Shit, that was close.
She puts it away. Goes, you okay?
I'm exhausted.
We really picked the best person to leave him with, because I'm pretty sure she only needs like 4 hours of sleep
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm gonna go back to bed. I'll talk to everyone in the morning. I made a really good friend. Is all I'll say.
Okay.
I need to sleep though.
All right. And you can see, like, visibly, she's like scanning every bit of you and just like slightly frantic and like, made a good friend.
Are the wounds from like the things like still on me? Because I never healed myself.
You're looking down at such, and it doesn't seem to be physical.
Okay.
But there's a part of your being that feels affected. You don't feel well.
Okay, I'm gonna use my lay on hands to heal myself.
Okay.
But
And with that, you crash and start sleeping.
Mhm.
You guys have all been informed by Aaron that he suddenly woke in the middle of the night at breakfast and say that he should be down soon. I imagine he needs some sleep. And as you guys start to enjoy your food and everything, you now come to with all the information at hand of kind of the stakes, the information from the banners, and you guys can consult what direction you want to go as Oberon is now stepping down to the breakfast table.
am I gonna hit the long rest button?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, yesterday was such a headache.
Isn't that like every day?
Well, I wasn't in my body, so yeah, it was worse.
Spiritual hangover.
Alright, where do y'all want me to begin? Like the moment I woke up out of my body or when I got back? I mean, it's a lot.
The important things mostly.
Yes.
Alright. First off, I need to not be in the void.
Avoid the void, we know this.
I know, as little as possible. I kind of learned more about the coveted by death itself thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I thought we were on the same page.
Okay,
about that.
okay. Guys, I met Cade.
The cave?
The Cade.
Ooh. What?
But I was in my
Elwyn
body.
immediately is like pulling out a notebook and a piece of paper and goes, "What do you look like?"
Really weird. He did not. It's not a race I've ever even seen before.
What color skins?
It was gray, right?
Green.
It's like a tealish.
Oh, it's teal.
Yeah.
I don't know what
How
that-
tall?
How tall? Bigger than me. I didn't really pay attention too much to how he looked.
Very muscular?
His aura was huge.
And just like question after question.
Okay. Important stuff. I have this thing called a mark of life or something. And it casts a beacon out to some creature in the void that wants to kill everything. I'm like his antithesis or something.
That sounded very nice, and then you continued to talk, and it got worse
Got
and
a lot
worse.
worse, yeah. You can imagine my face when Kate told me that. However, there's good news.
Oh, that wasn't the good news. I'm so excited.
He's gonna help us kill Shallcross in our time. Like, for real.
That's amazing. How?
We're gonna go see him whenever we get back.
Wheels is gonna be so jealous.
No kidding.
Is this some sort of an exchange, or is he just helping us
Just
from
helping
the
us.
goodness of his heart, or?
I don't know. I told him about the prophecy. I figured
We're
if
just
there's,
spilling secrets.
I figured if there was anyone to tell, it'd be the person who made Zenith.
That's a fair assessment, I
It's
guess.
not entirely wrong.
I told him about the Queen of Black Magic. He told me my oath is a bunch of BS and not real, and it made me a beacon to be killed, which was cool, really cool. It was a lot of information. I got to see inside all of his palace.
You probably explored at least half of it.
Probably about half of it, yeah. Probably about a good portion though.
Do you
Elwyn's
realize-
jaws wide open.
how few people get
Oh, I
to
asked
see
him.
that?
I asked him. He said first person in 1,200 years.
That's even more rare than I thought it would be.
So in your time, it would be 14, unless somebody had before.
So, I had an eventful day. I fought some specters. I was only able to kill them because I could smite them. My weapon wouldn't have done anything otherwise. But it was scary. It's like one of those few times where you're actually completely alone.
I was with you, my boy.
Well, you were with me, but you couldn't really help too much.
Who are you talking to?
The loot.
So the Luke could talk to you?
It's sentient. I told you this.
No, but like in the ethereal realm?
Yeah, it could still talk. I even heard Ronnie
What?
for a little
So
bit.
it worked.
Oh yeah, when you went inside him.
Did you hear me screaming about paladins and things like that? I was. I'll be honest. I was
tell
already.
you were struggling.
I was in Zenith when you did that. So it must have been because of how far I was from you. I was very far into the ethereal by that point. But Cade said he would help us. I asked him about Malgathor. And different response from the Queen of Night and Magic. He said we might be able to kill him.
Wonderful.
Well, we're glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back too.
So while we were playing soccer, or
Zargon.
Zargon, you were meeting with Kate. Seems unfair.
Yeah. I would have much rather played Zargon.
We crushed those
Did
giants.
you? I'm good.
I put one to sleep. It was glorious.
I made them clean up poop.
Nice.
You did.
But it was an eventful day yesterday, is all I'll say.
It sounds like it.
He said he'd help equip us too.
Now?
Not now. In the time, when we get back. I told him about Chino. Told him to, when that rolls around, to start being aware of our presence, because eventually we join them.
It's probably one of the best ways you could have given him to find us.
Yeah. I mean, we are like small-time heroes, at least in our time, so that's good.
True. We had literally just become the face of Chino.
Yep. So what are we doing? What's our plan now? Yes.
We have to set up Cedric for his future and the future of the
Right.
house.
Do you all want me to go to the academy and talk about logistics for getting him set up there?
We totally didn't factor Cedric in for the hotel room. He's on the street now.
He can sleep on the floor. He'll be alright.
Actually, we didn't count the corpse. That's-
Yeah.
Babies
Exactly.
and corpses are free.
yeah.
It's like Disney ride.
It took me a second, man. And then I was like, what a say.
So,
Go to the academy!
academy first? Do we all need to go to the academy?
What if?
We could split.
Yeah. What if we split?
I'll go to the police station to ask about the bounty.
Aaron is saying, I will go with Cedric to the academy. I'm fairly familiar with its processes and such, just with deliveries and things, and I haven't made any enemies there. So,
Technically, none of us have made any enemies there yet.
true, it could just be a future problem. So if Tashin comes with me and Cedric and meets the Dean's by happenstance in some awful way, then in the future interaction would be worse.
Maybe better? I don't know.
There's only one way to
How
find
would,
out.
how would that work?
So far, everything we've done has been in line with what's supposed to happen. So let's just do whatever we want and hope for the best.
Good idea.
I like this plan.
That's reckless.
Everything we do is reckless. It's worked out.
I walked into Cade's palace yesterday.
I mean, Teshin doesn't have to go with you.
We killed a desert surfer for no reason. We just do whatever we want.
We killed him?
Didn't we?
Jeremy?
No, we didn't kill him, did we?
We did.
Yeah. Casually. On a Thursday.
Just
Whatever.
I didn't know that.
They ate him with a giant frog and swallowed him.
Oh.
Oh.
Must have slipped my mind. You know, people who don't really matter and all that.
Can't leave any loose ends.
I'm really big on grand scheme right now.
But
Teshin and I could go to the library, try and research further.
It's a good idea for you to go because you do work there in the future. Well, I doubt anyone who would recognize you would be there, maybe except for the turtle man.
some are old,
You have eyes
Some of
too,
them are old.
don't you?
and also the library's heavily warded against infiltration and different shapes.
Teshin can go to the library by himself.
Could give you a mustache.
I could go there, but I guess, yeah. Yeah. What am I doing at the library?
We were researching something. Let me...
The issue is we might not have access to the board we did have access to.
I think we were gonna research stuff that would help us,
Yeah, it would have to be in the
Open
first
it to the house,
2
like-
levels
companies,
because it's the
investments.
general, access.
so that we could figure out like what's the best way to go about
To
it.
start
could
a
just
house.
read
Okay.
this.
Okay. All right. Well, I will do that.
Probably shouldn't be too protected.
All right. Well, I'll go figure out about starting a house, and you'll go see about getting Cedric into the academy. I got it. I'll take care of it.
Cool.
I'll go with you for the bounty.
You guys go for the bounty.
Like, what do you want to do? Just go work on the streets? Go find something to do?
We could. Our other main objective at this point is gathering coin.
Which is what we're going to do. Try to.
My coin purse is pretty full, at least. So there's
You
that.
haven't informed him about what you're actually going to do at the police.
Who hasn't been informed?
You haven't informed him, right?
No.
Valkron. So, we saw a bounty for Blackfist.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's relevant.
good.
2 million reward.
Okay. I have an idea.
Two birds, one stone situation.
Is it alive or dead?
Alive.
Alive. Okay. We could fight him if we can make that possible. Let Cedar take the credit.
True. That would give him.
I don't know if that's the right
Influence.
foundings for a noble house, though.
It would be a show.
Not on its own, but it may be a
It-
step in the right direction.
It's a show of strength.
Show of strength, and also it also would be giving a kind of a where did these funds come from laundering source. So even if we acquire more funds, it would be no one can really track it past a certain amount. I mean,
Right.
they're just gonna go, oh, you're rich. You're rich.
No, sir, I'm rich, yes.
Yeah, and so we could essentially have that whole reason that I collected a large bounty from a wanted poster I saw, and they also got me access to the academy, and they let me in because of my merits.
How tall is Cedar?
He is at this point he's like 16, so he's still growing. So he's probably like 5'9", 5'10".
I could like have him disguise to be him on the bounty hunt. Because I'm short.
You could. Well, there's another thing. If we have any questions, if you
I
guys
kind of have a feeling that we're gonna need more than just like one or two people for this, because if the bounty's
for sure.
He
2
was
million.
just trying to get information,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just going to see if they have any.
leads or anything.
Well,
Do you need leads if you're the bait? Do we
also
just
true.
give clues to Shallcross to feed to him?
You should just go perform, like, on the biggest wherever we can find. And
But you would also have to be putting out. Wait, no, they never gave your name, so you would just have to give her information to find you in a way of like challenge. But how would it be not obvious that it was a trap? Or would she be so arrogant to think that Blackfist will take you anyways?
That one. Probably arrogant. Pride. Attacker pride. Attacking your dragon's pride is one way to get them pissed off and to get someone to send to you.
So there's a lot of paths that lay forward, but for now we gather as much information as possible. Maybe y'all can gather information on.
Blackfist in general, maybe we could look into what he does, how he works.
Try to work the street a little bit. Y'all work
Yes.
the complex of like
the official
society,
side.
the official side.
Yeah. See if we can find any.
I mean, the other thing
urchins,
is if-
mercenaries, things of that nature that might have information.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, everybody's got their mission for now, and we break and do it.
Yeah.
Come back here tonight.
In 15 minutes.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
All right. With that, we'll take a 10-15 minute break. You had that right on cue. And we'll be back in just a moment, guys. right.
Hey, you hit the bathroom.
They don't tap me.
Welcome back. So, off you guys go on all of your independent adventures. Hopefully, you guys will be successful in each of your endeavors. For this, pick a skill that you would like to have for your day's effort in this task.
Perception, 100%.
Perception for you? All right. Perception has to do with sight, hearing, picking up different things like that description.
Oh, I thought we just got to pick one. So
So,
we can pick my highest one no matter what.
but you want to go with your.
Yeah,
You
it's gonna be
can
relevant.
go with your highest, but you want to go with what is fitting your objective. Your DC is reflective of that and what information you may glean.
Insight.
Go with insight. Okay. Your mission is going to the police headquarters, CTHB, and trying to get as much information, or with even in bounty hunter guilds or anything, on is there any leads to the Black Fist character,
Mm.
and you're going with him.
Yeah.
What would you roll? Let me get some music for us. It's not as ominous.
If you want to do investigation, and then I can do insight, because I have advantage on insight.
I can. My investigation's like +4. My insight's +9. Oh, my investigation's +6. I can do that.
Okay. Because my investigation is garbage, and I mean we could both do insight.
That's fine. I'll do investigation, and then you can do insight.
Okay.
And that'll give us a more average spread. Like charcuterie board.
I'm probably gonna do
Are we rolling now?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah. That's probably a good
Okay.
move.
Would that be something we
Could-
could use guidance for since we know we're doing it? Or is this an invisible, unknown roll?
Since me and you are working together,
Guidance only
I can do
indicates
persuasion
like
to find jobs and then
not a
insight
day
to see
long
if
check.
I
A
can
specific thing.
Yeah.
That's a great
I got
move.
21.
My insight's also
21.
18
Oh, I'm gonna
investigation.
do it, yeah.
18 investigation.
23 insight.
And yeah, so you had
18 investigation.
18 investigation, and you had 20.
23 insight.
23 insight.
Hmm.
Okay. What are y'all doing?
So, our whole thing is trying to find jobs for money. I want to use persuasion to see if there's like jobs that can coax out that have like the best payout, pretty much for us to do, or easy ways for us to get, well, large amounts of money.
Okay.
And then,
And probably insight to see, are these legit? Is it worth our time? Is there any other information we can gather about Black Fist kind of along the way?
Piece
Okay.
of cake.
would you let me cast enhance ability on us to try to make these jobs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because that could be the bulk of your hour of
Sick.
work.
Okay, so I'll cast it at 3rd level, so I can just target 2 people. You get it
Sick.
on insight, which is wisdom.
Yeah.
So all wisdom checks, and then for me, all charisma checks.
Before we part ways,
Other stuff that can help us.
I'll cast aid at the 2nd level.
Cool. So
Give the 3 of you an additional maximum 5 HP.
Sick.
love that. Speed is 73.
All right, so what's your persuasion? 28?
Oh, that's bad.
You have advantage.
Oh yeah, I do. That's way better.
I mean, is this is something we're doing at the beginning of the day? So would we be able to
18.
select spells for this effort?
Yeah, that's what I did. So I have enhanced
Yeah.
ability still.
So you
I can
can-
use that.
Yeah.
And if you had to cast it during certain key times or multiple times, you have a few castings of that. So I would imagine it would
Yeah.
apply to it.
Yeah.
So same thing for you. If you have a specific skill that you're like, this would help.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Or
enhanced
spell.
ability as well.
Yeah. So roll again, see if you got better. See if you got a better result.
Enhanced ability
Then
is
you're
so good.
then you're 18.
Yeah.
Nope.
What's your insight? Roll.
18.
So now we
I'll
need
give
to
you-
come to
Advantage on.
Elwin's and Aaron's
What do you want
efforts
advantage on?
I already have
As-
advantage.
as their moves. For this, instead of using investigation, because of the nature of what we're doing, yes, instead of doing investigation, I think we're going to have Teshin/Elwyn use history on his searching. So, if you can, if you can pull up his sheet, and we're going to roll a history check on how to create a house, as he's going to be looking into everything for Cedric's trying to form a house out of nothing. Yeah. Now, are you rolling it for him?
Should I?
It's up to you guys. Y'all four decide.
Go for it.
You go for it. I can't pull up his character sheet for some reason.
14.
That's not
14.
His sister is
Okay.
probably +6.
And then we have to roll for probably a charisma roll, possibly, or what would we roll for academy, trying to get enrollment into the academy from
persuasion.
probably persuasion?
Probably persuasion or like a maybe like an intelligence persuasion.
Could be. So using Erin's skills for that, who wants to roll for her? I'll add the modifier.
I know that Elwyn has at least
I will.
a 5 plus.
It looks like he has his passive investigation is 18.
Almost
So his
really
is
good,
+8.
and then it was
I would-
not.
Unless he doesn't have,
I could pull it up real quick.
because I can't access it.
He has history proficiency, I'm pretty sure. Since someone else had it, he took it.
It's either 15 or 8, or +5 or +8.
Easy for me to access. Just takes me a second longer. I just like to point y'all in direction, so maybe I don't have to do it.
I would check for you, but it's not letting me open the sheet.
Yeah, we can't open the sheet.
He must have made it private here recently for y'all. He said no. No looky.
Not for you.
Yeah, it looks like I can look at Elwyn's, but I can't pull up Erin's.
How? On the app? I can't get mine to work on the app.
I'm on your account, so if I'm building
I
somebody
see.
up, I can.
I pulled it up in
You're
the
good.
browser
So yeah, his
for Elwyn, but it still's not letting me look at Erin.
So
Okay.
+8 for history on Elwyn.
correct.
Okay, so 22.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Um,
Yeah, I know hers is
I-
probably.
probably would have cast enhance ability on Erin before we split if I felt like that would help them.
That sounds good.
Cool. That's way better. 15 on the dice roll.
15. So her persuasion is a 6.
Can you pull me some
So
as well?
Nice.
pretty solid.
So 21.
Yep.
Good. Thank you.
All right. So with each of y'all's efforts, this entire day's efforts for you both are, one, finding job and information and vetting those sources of anything from making money, whether it's legit, whether it's a job route, whether it's a gaming route, anything like that. For you guys on your side, running down with the bounty hunter guilds on this very wanted Black Fist assassin, and trying to get as much of any kind of lead from them, from the Central Trading Hub police or any of the different bounty guilds. So with that, y'all rolled very well, with only 2 rolls being below a 20, and only 1 in each group.
Could
So-
we take a side mission at some point during the day to get you?
Oh yeah,
Armor?
I need to buy armor and a sword.
As long as you have the money for it, you can go ahead and check it off.
Sick.
You can use the standard pricing for the, non-magicals. So
I'd like to get a +1 great sword at least though. Just a good magical weapon.
Okay, I'll look up a price for it for you.
Okay.
But easy peasy to find. You can go ahead and add it to your inventory, and I'll update you about the cost for the sword at least. For this, Erin was trying to get Cedric admission into the academy, doing everything that she can to get what's the requirements. Is it possible? How's that involved? And then we have, of course, Teshin looking into the library, trying to get as much information and starting a house. Eventually, you guys all finish up your day and come back to the inn, and you guys are at the Crystal Crown Tavern. And you guys are just met up in the lobby, and they ask if you guys want to extend your stay and how long you want to extend it.
We would like to extend, definitely. Shall we say...
A day?
I was going to say 2.
Sure.
2 more days?
Sounds great. And so, well, you were good for the first. We'll pick up the bill at the end. So, and they'll wait for that. So it's the same rate going forward. So it'll be 120 later, since corpses and babies are free. Well, we need to change the price. Oh, but I already gave you a price. Oh, we got to honor it. Okay. You guys smuggle in, your dead body. But,
Literally can turn invisible at will.
exactly. Y'all could be getting everything cheaper. Don't need extra tickets to the opera. No.
I'm a cat and I live here.
Let's shoot
Meow.
for a great, let's go shoot for a great axe.
A great axe. Cool. All right. I love the vibe. So, with this, where do you guys want me to start on information?
Clockwise.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
So, for you guys, you immediately start to pick up what possible work is with some of the larger establishments and things. There are a few fetch quests, some materials, others shipments that had gone lost, kind of more picking around what your abilities are. And not around, hey, we just need you to move some crates,
Yeah.
You're trying to get some bit more coin, trying to get a better, lustrous job to make money fast. With that involves more danger and something you're not shy to. You guys clock a handful of jobs, and from a few of the major different corporations and companies. For this, 2 are pretty similar. About a lost shipment within the Dwarven District. You might be able to do both jobs in the same time. They're within the same span of mountains. Could be related to the same problem. But they're from separate companies, easy to possibly pick up and recover or at least solve or give them information, all that. There is a reward for just figuring out what happened, and there's another reward for getting it resolved, like completely, and like recovering what was lost. With that, they put a price tag on it for 100,000 gold, which is pretty hefty tag. It seems like a pretty large shipment overall, and that was on each of these. So that's a pretty good amount to be had. For this, the next thing that you guys find out, jobs-wise, there was acquisitions. About trying to get a rock egg that was coveted. However, that's a touchy subject because it would be infiltrating the Mystic District and trying to recover this, and might not seat well with these 2, but maybe. So, and part of that, you might fall into some wrong crossing paths with his past. So you kind of put that one as like, it's a possibility, but they didn't list.
If we really need to.
They didn't list the total. They just said it was really big, and you imagine is a pretty hefty sum, and kind of sketchy, and not as straightforward, but higher risk, higher reward in a kind of way. The other things that you find, there is a simple escort quest that is essentially a protection. For a business owner to visit a tenuous alliance within the Demon District, and not the devil side of the city, the demon side. So
Lesser of 2 evils.
Yeah.
not so bad.
Wait,
Which one's
worse?
Which one's the worst?
Demons are
Demons are chaotic.
They're
Devils
chaotic.
are lawful.
Okay.
You might be able to walk the streets in one, and the other you may need to intimidate lack of problems. So, but the other things that were pushed out were smaller, less than lucrative, but not as dangerous. Some of them were as simple as trying to capture a few beasts for some games, a Coliseum kind of type games acquisition. But not paying out near as much, looking in the neighborhood of 20 to 30,000 gold for some of those. The other price tags on the others, kind of like the escort quest, depends on basically the trouble. If nothing happens, great, here's one price. If everything goes out the window and takes you 2 weeks, there's a different price. You know, who knows? So there's different things with that. You're vetting all of them, covering them. You very well feel informed on each of their possibilities and what they entail. Their contacts, just a matter of having choices on those. And with each one of those, you've already discarded about 15 others. So, like, you've already vetted through a bunch. It's not like these are the only selections. But these are probably the only ones that seem worthwhile or legitimate to be paid out and not just an empty promise. So, some good standing behind it, at least, that you would think. But beyond that, you see that the Stranded Casino is your best option for large number gambling. However, entrance is sometimes difficult. You have to also kind of prove yourself within kind of the main floor to get up to the high roller area. But you get some information about, like, okay, we step through some games and earnings and spending money and we can get invited to the upper levels and really start to shell out some major coin and possibly win a lot in that night. So, great risk, great reward, because you have more chance of losing it the more you bet. But the other casinos seems like be more routine, habit-forming, gambling, kind of suck you in and keep you there stuck or get you drowned in debt sooner or sleazy in some way. You've been advised to mostly away from it, especially the Bridgestone. But you guys get quite that bit of information. On y'all's side, about the assassin Blackfist. This guy has an incredible record and has only been known for about 4 years. Beyond that, they have linked him to about 20 years worth of crimes. Very successful, very notable, and the only reason he's known is mostly because he's starting to leave calling cards, and he seems to be getting bored. He seems to be purposely leaving trails and puzzles and information, or purposely displaying his axe in an outlandish way.
He's escalating.
Yes.
Did we get information on those puzzles and hints and whatnot?
Some of them, you're not able to get full access to, like, the detective's work on these things, or like an evidence locker or anything like that. You, for all extents and purposes, you guys were only able to pass as, hey, we're looking to pick up this bounty and looking to run into this, and we tried to get as much where to start, any history, anything you got, and some you gather from the CTHB, and then the others some of it you're getting from the Bounty Guild. The Bounty Guild has more leads than the CTHB. Shocker. CTHB has all the evidence. Some missing pieces. Might help the two. If you could bridge between that would be wonderful. With the leads, there's talks of a potential hit that is said to go down at the Opera. Would be needing to try to secure tickets. It's been sold out for 2 months. So trying to get in and trying to find him and see who his target is, that is their biggest lead, and they have it on good standing because of the hits that were put out and no one was taking it, and then it got picked up as being off the charts, like no longer a standing bid for assassination. It's been taken care of, but the person's still alive. So, like, that has to be going to Blackfist. It's got to be. He's got to have told them he's on the job. You know, so that's the best lead that they have through the inner folds within overall bounties and such, and assassins and other things like that. So working with some of the black market dealings and such, and the kind of the underground guilds, but piecing if you had where it had a way to be able to bridge between evidence and getting access to it and getting more possibly from them or even assistance, you might be able to piece together more legitimate things. However, it does give you a foot forward on a possible, but there are a lot more information. That's a trail.
When is the opera?
It is within. I'm gonna say, because I didn't have a definite answer on that one. I'm gonna say 3 days. 3 days time to prepare. That was the option we were going for. The Aaron for going for the academy, getting a mission. This is all back. You guys are relaying information back and forth to each other, so everyone's up to speed. This is when she's relaying it to you guys. He goes, made it to the academy. We got access in. We were able to go on a tour, an orientation, and Cedric, my nephew, is trying to get in, and it didn't think about it at the time about that being a problem or other things like that. They wanted someone to vouch for his integrity and his track record and history, but I couldn't really produce like a family history or record, and so kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit, and was working my way out of it when the dean took special interest in our conversations and such. And so I very carefully worked towards solution, and essentially tuition would have to be paid up front.
All right.
And it's a sizable amount, to the tune of 200,000.
Okay.
And it would be for initially just 2 years to see if that would work. And the registration closes in 2 days.
Cool.
And if we don't make this window, we would need to wait until the next semester in a few months. And I did my best.
All right. I have an idea. I just need to scroll sending.
Just a scroll ascending?
Yeah.
So we just get you a scroll?
No, I'm just going to ask Cade.
To be...
What
Just to vouch the money to us.
if Kay just gave a recommendation?
He wouldn't do that.
I mean,
But-
it's worth a shot, right?
Telling him we all will probably not exist if that happens might help him understand.
That's a worthwhile idea. I guess
You're
we
the
just
one who
need to
spoke
go
him.
pick up one?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you didn't think to try to grab one while you were out?
I didn't think it'd be 200,000.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a lot. So, what if he doesn't help us?
Then we'll have to figure
We
something
have
else out.
2 days to raise that money. We have anything to do that we could get that? Any one of these jobs that seem...
There's 2 jobs in relatively the same area in the Dwarven district. Lost shipments, both 100,000 gold reward. Could
But-
be a very viable option.
We'd
It
have
seems
to,
like it'd take longer than 2 days to do that, to get all the way to the Dwarven district. And it took us, almost 3 days to get out of partway through the Giants district?
yeah,
We were not
sure.
even in the heart of it.
Oh shit.
Seems like we might have to go gambling.
You can always gamble. That's another thing.
Or we get this Blackfist guy, right? But that's a tight timeline, too.
But the opera's in 3 days. And registration closes in 2.
Was there? Oh, yes. Is there a way to use you as to accelerate him trying to find you, or
We could do that tomorrow.
before? We could. I guess if that doesn't work, we fall onto gambling.
We could start that tonight.
Debate.
Yeah. You just gotta show your face and be loud and.
What time is it?
Well, they don't know his face. They just had his voice and said that he was right. They just.
Yep. I will.
So we'd have to feed them more information somehow.
No, I could just say I'm Al and sing songs of my greatness.
He did say his name's Al, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. That's true. We could just go fishing.
You could start singing songs about defeating. Well, she's not a Draculus right now. What is she right now?
Oh, if you start spreading her name everywhere.
Oh, that would piss
The
her
one
off.
that she doesn't want people.
Write a song about her, like a breakup song. We can go perform it.
Ooh.
Never ever getting back together.
That's kind of terrifying. But
What
what if he? Okay, he's really good. You do this, you die.
Remember fireworks. Just, I need you all to be there around watching me.
Right. This guy's apparently very good at what he does.
So are we.
I'm kind of terrified at this option.
It's not a good one. It's not a good option.
Teshin goes.
I don't like it.
I much prefer our route with gambling.
And worst comes to worst, we could just anchor.
That's what I think might be the best move. How about
We
we
could-
test our anchor right now, and we redouble our efforts of research all over today?
Sounds like a good
Are
plan
you
to
okay
me.
with reliving the same day?
Sure.
We've already done it once.
We already know what we know, so it's not like we're gonna lose information.
All right.
We
I'm
may
going to
have
see if
have
this can work.
Some of the conversations again, just so that we don't appear out of nowhere for these people with a bunch of information that we shouldn't have.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to be very careful how we play it. And can you guys understand the importance of not revealing information that you don't have until you have it?
Yep.
Okay, because otherwise you have to pass a lot of careful deception and make sure they believe you. So, be careful with your words. Remember your actions. Adjust. Need back here?
We could look for specifically
For us,
skill
it'd be
quests.
easy, right? Because we could just go to the places we know have the best information and try to.
Yeah, and you don't have to play it out the same way. You can play it different.
Also, we
Mhm.
could look for some other different bounties besides Blackcrest. If there's anyone that needs to be hunted down in Zenith at least.
In the trading hub.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, let's see if this works. Okay, let me try again. I don't think it's. It activates, and you guys zip through and back, working up, and you waking up a little bit later than everybody else and coming down to the breakfast table. And once you guys all set and going your ways, what's your new technique, new route? What was your change of strategy?
So first off, for me, I need to go buy a weapon. So I'm gonna go try to find a great axe. Any magical kind, either.
Yeah. And maybe
So-
a scroll ascending?
Yeah, and scroll sending.
Maybe by a couple.
Kind of seems like the.
Kind of seems like we need a whole different thing.
You could. Y'all talk however you want.
Right.
Well, I'm saying we try to find different
I
bounties.
feel like the CTHP is not very helpful.
Bounty Hunter's Guild might be more helpful
Yeah.
We
though.
could
I would-
possibly get to the evidence. Sneaky boys.
You can always turn into a rat
We could.
or a spider.
I would still go talk in some capacity to the Bounty Guild, just so that they're aware,
Mark off 500 gold.
again,
Okay.
that we're looking, and so we don't just appear out of nowhere and go,
That's just for the
we have all
weapon.
this
You already
information
factored
that
your
no one ever
armor.
gave us.
Yeah.
But trying to get evidence
What if-
from the
and scrolls
CTHP
ascending
might be a
too.
good move.
What if we tried something?
Scroll ascending.
What if you let us have the
How
hat of
many you want?
disguise?
Just by 2.
One of us
Or shall I
disguises him, and then we go find that poster, because it's not out
I
of
think
character.
he already had it from when we
Had a
let him
disguise?
be a dwarf.
Yes.
if we had 2 of him, it would be a better chance
What levels?
of him being
Send
heard
him.
about. And we go take the poster and we go start slamming it around, saying that we're out and we don't wait for
There's gonna be 300
nobody
each.
and we're trying to find this
300 each?
person.
Okay, that's fine.
We could buy more hats of disguise, potentially, to
We could
just
split
send
up
everyone.
Because that would basically exponentially increase the coverage we could get with the bait in a way.
What if What if people start noticing that there's multiple of the same person in the central trading hub?
Seems less likely than. I mean, you might be right. It seems unlikely to me. But I was thinking just 2.
Yeah,
like,
2,
y'all go.
2 might be enough.
And we go, and we just start slamming that. We're Al, which is not out of character for who Auberon has been. And we don't wait for nobody. Where is this person? We want to find them.
Yeah.
Because they're hunting us. I mean, that's pretty much as loud as we could be.
I think we could do that and try to steal the. What am I trying to say? The evidence.
Did you get that?
So, thinking about going out as Al and being loud as possible, trying to get information on Blackfist, because you're trying to get to him because he's hunting you,
Yes.
and then possibly steal the evidence.
Yes.
Is that what y'all want to do?
Can't think of something that would be better, because that would accomplish both possibly seeing the evidence. We probably already have the best information that we can, and then also creating a bigger footprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Okay.
That also eliminates the need to talk to
Do you
the
want to do performance or stealth?
bounty guild again.
How's your performance?
Plus 10.
Plus 10?
Plus 2.
2. So is mine, but I can enhance, and you have a doodad. That's probably going to be the harder one because we're both good at stealth. So
Yeah.
I'll enhance.
I have a base 20 for stealth.
You
I
should not let him not do self.
I can turn into a spider though. That don't even really
Plus
need stealth.
advantage and a doodad.
Then we need to switch teams or something because I have a +2 in all the charisma skills, and there's no chance that I do
Do you
well
want
with
to? Do you want to swap?
Sure. Who am I talking to?
Mean
So you do
You're with
acquisitions
me.
for him, basically.
that. Acquisitions.
He was picking up a bunch of stuff for himself.
Yeah.
Sending scrolls, armor,
That's
the
fine.
sword, the weapon he was wanting.
It's fine. I just don't.
And then you could try to do something else as well.
There's not a good chance that I do well on anything that's charisma based. It doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, that's what's going to be for trying to act like Oberon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be
So
honest.
there's no point in me doing that unless. Because I would think you would do better because you have a doodad, but that's fine. I'll just go do whatever.
Since we'll be swapping positions, I'm giving you the sending stone because I have it.
Well,
Okay.
but then are we not doing the two people saying that they're Al trying to find this guy?
I guess not, because I'm just not going to go well if I do it. Even with advantage, all my charisma skills are +2.
You never know what the dice will roll. And strategy only is it can sometimes be 50 to 60% of your results.
Well, I
you
mean, what? You don't need a high charisma roll just to be yelling out saying,
No.
"Hey,
Exactly.
I'm Al."
Exactly. And your DC isn't adjusted to one amount. So
What is
You can do-
in all the information that we gathered? Was there anything that pointed to a regular, where he might be associated with guild wise, if any, or where he might be?
so far you have not
found?
gotten any of that information.
You can try it.
There's a real reason why he's so successful.
That's fine. I'll try it. Sorry. We'll see how it goes.
If you believe in your strategy, do it.
I think it's a good
Don't-
strategy. I just
yeah,
don't think I'm the
don't-
right person to do it, but we can try it.
I know, but like, you don't have super charismatic people. You have one.
Yeah. And he's the one that we need to be impersonating. So
Yeah, I don't know what Aaron's is, but yours is better than
Hers-
mine
hers
and
is-
Ellen's.
Hers is +6. So she could do that instead of trying to find a better solution to the academy and not get exposed for not being the nephew, not being the family route. So she either can redo that. She's still probably the best for that because it's still persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a little bit less risky in the persuasion.
Fine.
Because I think either one would be
Right.
performance or
But
persuasion.
which one has a greater effect?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah. So that's where you just got to put your priorities as best you can,
Mm-hmm.
and then let the dice roll.
So then you're giving me the hat,
Dicey
Yeah.
situation.
That's the situation.
which I'll need to attune to, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Alright, so I'm rolling for stealth to... Do I need to take the stuff or just see what it is?
Your choice.
I don't think we should take it.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see any reason to take
I'll just copy
Break
it all,
in
yeah.
and do as much as you can of logging and understanding.
You rolling? That's
That'll work.
37 stealth.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20 for 22.
Alright, well,
You
there
let
you
the
go.
dice do its work.
Let's
You believed in your
go.
strategy. You do it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So somebody roll for Aaron's efforts.
So
Oh,
I can cast enhance ability on her as well before she leaves.
Yeah.
So what is she rolling?
This is persuasion.
She has plus 6.
Uh-huh.
25.
There you go.
nice.
All right.
Might work a little bit better this time.
What's your efforts?
So-
All the acquisitions and then what?
You gotta go screaming around acting like you're trying to find old boy.
Find Blacklist?
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. I'll be doing that then. Okay, I will not get any scroll of thaumaturgy, because being ladder is probably not better for this.
It makes it more obvious than more than anything, I think.
Yeah. Basically offering a challenge, insulting him, calling him obscenities, and saying he's scared of me.
Okay.
Put
And
the ass in assassin.
alright. I will roll the performance, so roll performance.
Alright.
It's building myself.
All right.
Wow, those are awful. 30-20.
30-20. All right. You, sir, what are your efforts?
I'm gonna cast. Where are my spells at?
Spells tab.
Thank you.
Somebody roll for.
What happened with Ellen?
Nobody asked.
Well,
He just went into like, he didn't say it, and he just went straight into. Should we try again?
Okay.
Well, he's gonna go probably do the same effort, right? But just to learn different stuff, I would think.
Yeah, he was very happy to try again.
Okay. I guess I'll roll.
Yeah, and I'll enhance ability on him too.
Yeah.
Okay, so advantage.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on Oberon
That's a-
before we.
Nice
Start the day.
Dice.
And then.
19 dice.
I'm just gonna kind of walk around with him, try and help intimidate. Massive size.
Okay.
Give a sense of security and such.
What was Owen's history? Plus 6.
Plus eight.
Yeah, plus
So
8.
27.
Dang, you're rolling good.
Everybody's got advantage right now.
That's
When all your resources can go towards a whole day's worth of efforts, it's amazing what you possibly
That's-
accomplish.
better.
And even more when you can do it twice.
Double advantage.
18.
18. You guys eventually make your way through your entire day and head back to the Crystal Crown Tavern. You guys get an extra 2 days worth booked. And, yes,
Might as well make it 3 if the opera's in 3 days.
Yeah, sure.
you guys get 3 days worth. Ah, there's a discount for that. 10 gold off. So, instead of 180, it's 170. So you can
Nice.
pay it now, you can pay it later.
Pay it later because we don't know if we're going back again. We don't want to waste our gold.
So, you were able to acquire all
Why
that
don't
you're
you
looking
just
for.
ask for loans and then go back in time? Let's get hard gold loans and then go back in time.
There's always options. So what trail do you want to leave?
I don't know. It's a good idea.
You can also get loans before gambling.
That seems like a bad idea.
This is a really bad idea.
Degenerate out real quick.
Hey guys, we're using the stock market on margin. Let's go.
Using my 50,000 gold business loan to just gamble all the way in
Put us
blackjack.
on GameStop.
Stonks.
Put it all in red.
Yeah, honestly. So, with this, all of your efforts moving through, you start relaying any information additional you find with each other. Starting on this side again. Your whole attempt was to defame the name, intimidate him, basically tell him he's a coward, everything like that. Are you dropping the name?
You mean like the many-eyed one?
Or
Blackfist?
or her name as she is right now? Before Shallcross.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's the Shroud of Lightning right now.
Right.
Yeah, I'll drop that name.
Yeah.
Calling her a
Calling her out.
prissy and weak and scared.
Shroud of Sparks. I went
As-
around saying I'm looking for black shits.
Had too much Pepto Bismol.
You walk into the wrong neighborhood. No.
Let's go, roll initiative.
As these poop monsters come out of nowhere.
Not again, not again.
Nice.
Is that an element? Can I gain resistance?
So, on your efforts in all this, as you guys are experiencing your day, you recount everyone with the tale of ultimately not sure if you went too far. You were confronted by, over the day, 18 separate people that a good half went and said, hey, your life's not worth giving up. I know you might be going through something, but you shouldn't do that. You know, that sentiment. And the other half, probably another quarter, just sheer laughing at the audacity in things. And then another quarter going, it's nice knowing you. And the whatever sentiments or experiences they have held or crossed paths with Blackfist, they each have this very high level of respect or renown for this name. Dropping the Shroud of Lightning and everything like that, there's a bit of quizzicalness, and then the spreading of like, who's that? And these rumors start to go out. You've definitely effectively started to create that network there.
Cool.
Cross-reference with yours. An individual grabs your shoulder at some point during the day, spins you around, looks you dead in the face. Goes, what is your last name?
What's your last name? Did we discuss this?
No, we haven't made up a name.
Shallcross was the last name he gave us before, but it's not actually his last name, as far as we're aware.
Well, not for Oberon, for Valkron. Oh, Shallcross.
Well, I mean, Valkron is his brother's name, so
Shallcross would be the last name for both of them.
Okay.
But weren't y'all masquerading as?
Al.
Alabaster, and he had no last name.
Yeah, we never got a last name from Al.
So he asked me, what is your last
Oh,
name?
Tross. Alabaster
Albatross.
Alabaster Tross.
Yeah.
That's my name. That's
But
the name I
you-
used.
You used that one,
Mhm.
right? And you would have been relayed that to you. Do you tell him, or do you not?
Why would he use last name?
Well, the problem arises if they can identify we're in two separate places. So probably not. I'd probably just say, who are you? Or sorry, who are you?
lets go of your shoulder and walks away.
Cool.
As you continue on your path
Yeah.
of spreading and
Did he look like the guy on the posters?
no, did not.
When he touched me, if he was disguised, I would have gotten to make a check, right? That's how it works.
Not necessarily with that when you're interacting with the illusion itself. So
Could I?
the person
I would be wondering if it was him.
make a perception check to see if you pick up on any details. Any details.
18.
The biggest thing that sparks out in your head. This person was light-skinned, not dark-skinned. But as he walks away, you see his gloves on. And you wonder if that's not disguised and if it's hiding a dark skin. You don't know if that's him or not. It only ponders more questions of, did you almost die? You know, like, you don't know.
I feel like I should tell you to follow them. Maybe not. No. Okay. Do you want to go that route? Because I'm communicating telepathically.
Oh, me to follow him.
Like go invisible and follow him, maybe.
Am I even near you?
Y'all were going together, I
Yeah,
thought,
we're
right?
together.
Okay, so we're on the same.
I thought, because what else were you trying to do, right? No, you went evidence. You did.
Yeah,
You
so
all
I was-
completely separate. You're alone.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let it pass.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. So, but for yours, you have no issue whatsoever. Slipping in and out, untying a guy's shoes, making him stop to tie his shoe, slipping behind him, grabbing a key card, putting it back, other things. Like everything that you see in a heist perfect movie, you are just.
Ocean's 11.
And you might have earbuds in. Like, you're just, this is so easy, so chill. Going through everything. You see that there is even like some magical wards and protection. You disable those. You go through. And then you're working on this. You put it back in place. You just like, you have this cakewalk. You are able to find the whole evidence locker, get into it. And should you wanted to, you could plant something, you could do something, you could take something. You have all these options and all these choices. You just look around and...
Yeah, I don't want to cause any interruption. I just want to find the information and...
You don't want to leave your own fingerprints on things. You make sure to wear gloves.
Yeah. I always wear gloves.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always in protection.
Right. So, with this, you start to feel out all the information and such. And,
I burned my fingertips off years ago.
yeah, of course. The moniker for this name, the Black Fist, comes with an insignia that is literally, like raw iron fist that's emblazoned with a black, like, seal and has a point that comes out, like a big middle finger. And it seems to be on everything that he has ever signed to leave behind or other things like that. The same symbol. So you see this, you're like, okay, all right. Just getting part of the name of this. There's years of information of stuff. Sometimes he's gone 6 months in between a hit. Other times it was a rapid succession. He performed 20 hits in a 2-week period. It seems just to see if he could. It's absolutely remarkable. You're peering through all these different things, and there's these breadcrumbs leading back and questions that you can tell are like complete goose chases that he's just sending them on and messing with them. And at one point, you see where he had infiltrated the CTHP itself and left a note here in the evidence locker. And this is other things like that. Crazy. And you're starting to get the scale and sense of things. With all of this, you get to see some of the detectives' thoughts and litigations and all this stuff like that. Is mostly thinking that he has some means of air travel. And maybe it's his home.
Okay. But airstrips are not a thing right now.
Right. But that's where this guy's thoughts are all headed.
Does it say how he kills people, or is it just random? Or
There's been multiple different methods. Commonly, it's by a angled blade that essentially, when punctured, can't be easily stitched or healed or other things like that. And the blade itself affects the character with some kind of blight or status to where they can't restore hit points.
Okay.
So it is, and it's on the middle finger, and likes to be personal.
Okay.
But is also known to be, for some of the more difficult ones, an extreme sharpshooter.
Okie dokie.
So, you get quite a bit of information from them. And possibly he has some way to fly or live there. Apparently, they're very lost on it. How does he get to all those things? How does he get away?
Yeah.
What's that method? So, with that, we go to Aaron's recollection of the start of the day completely different. So, instead, we went in as orientation. I was a fellow student. We were going in as orphans, looking to aspire to be a part of this. They said that we could get a sponsor, someone to vouch for our ability or acts of notable accomplishments. We could win any one of the science fairs and be introduced and inducted in a year or two after we get on the list. Or we could pay a very hefty sum of money to the tune of $200,000, and we could be inducted into this registration as long as we put it in within, you guessed it, 2 days. So while the route went different, I did not meet the dean. That was great. So a different route. This whole thing paid in advance, 2 years, or all good jazz. That kind of moves it forward. I wish I had more of success, but it seems like they're pretty straightforward on what their rules and access is, and yeah. So, but because of our story, we don't need a history. We just need something of notable, like ability, or money.
Like physical ability or
Like, you need someone to vouch or some accomplishment to vouch for you, to be notable that you are essentially a bright future kind of thing, and this that needs to be nurtured, or you're just someone desperate for power and you're wanting to get that any way as possible, and you're not even have the means to pay for it. So it's either, being the star quarterback on the team and getting a full ride scholarship, or paying out the nose.
Well, maybe we could get Cade to write a letter of endorsement.
I mean, I don't know if he would, because he doesn't do that for anybody, so that would put him on everyone's radar as the Wonder Boy.
Doesn't necessarily have to be him, though. You
Yeah,
have
somebody
someone else do it.
True.
Lower, but in his.
It's true.
Or we can just see how it plays out, because we have the feelers out, the net out for you, and then we'd have the money anyways.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will pull out the first scroll sending, and I will send to Kate. Would you be able to get someone to sponsor Cedric Aurelius to join the Magic Ends? That's 25 words.
Did you say
Are you sure?
No, it's 15.
I was
Academy.
like, I swear that was not 25.
We need it so we don't stop existing.
I could try and arrange a sponsor, but it is tricky my involvement. Exhaust all other means.
When you said what about do we get the feeling that a show of natural ability might have sway?
Yeah.
So, like, if we somehow had him casting high-level spells as a 16-year-old in front of someone of note, that...
If he was able to impress someone of note.
So what if he went back to the academy and we tried to rob someone, and he just wrecks us. Like high level magic.
Stage it. Nice. It might,
Good idea, but might end up in jail.
and also might end up a little sideways because we just asked how to get in. So then they're going to link him with. You just asked how to do it, and then you performed this in front of the academy. I don't know. More questions might get asked. I think it's notable in idea, but
We could follow somebody high up in the academy and do it in front of him away from the academy.
it's true, like a professor. So.
Yeah.
But then tonight we have to be in public, right? We need to be somewhere loud in public.
So, what I found out at the library about starting a house. A noble house hasn't been successfully started in 500 years.
Cool.
All upstarts have seemed to be squandered out or rooted out by the influence of those that have been or are trying to be to gather what strength they have. So, the most recent formations of houses were from being sponsored by another house. Because that long time standing house kind of ensured their survival and success. So that's one way. It feels impossible. Number two, possessing a power or strength or ability that none can question in a way. It's kind of how the first formation.
What do they mean?
Yeah, does anybody know about the Aurelius family?
They understand that they have a mastery of time magic and wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a stated known about them.
But they don't know like specific.
Right. So it's essentially like, don't F with it. Respect them, in a way. And that's something that is known from the future.
Yeah.
But you don't know how it gets there or how that might unfold. And then it says the other thing is wealth and influence of like literally you get your own land and standing and estate and armies, and you basically have a force that can't be questioned. And then you have a voice at the table, and then you grow from there. That, I would imagine, would be millions upon millions upon millions. Like, essentially, I know the term doesn't get you much, like a billionaire.
All right.
You essentially become a nation. So you're either recruiting other people to fund you in such a way, or you're already funded in that way. Or you have a corporation that's giving you that much money, or you create something, like a really fast delivery service that's 2 days.
Start by selling books out of a garage.
Yes! once we conquered the most complicated search query
We're looking at it,
and delivery.
he doesn't have to fund the house. He doesn't have to start the house now. It's just something he needs to do.
Right. And we don't know which age he starts it. So we just have to get him on the path and get it there.
So getting you set up as best possible, Cedric, is probably our best move.
Also, was the house started because of their ability to manipulate time? Was that how the house started? Or
No
is
one
that
knows.
just something that happened?
No one knows how it started.
Not even.
They just know if y'all go forward in time and y'all research that, you have a chance of finding that. From any of your information that you guys have now and anybody back here, there's no knowledge.
I mean, that's the easy thing to do because then we could just go gamble and be obvious about it, and then that creates the legacy for itself. Like, even if Cedric can't control the time.
And even if all of our goal is just to get Cedric stable for us to leave and come back within a time frame, most people can graduate the academy in 10 years. So if we can get enough money for him to have tuition for 10 years, we have a much larger target to hit coming back and give him more information. But if we've set him on the right path and give him the key steps, he can work towards that. And then maybe we feed him more information along the way. But we have to guarantee his survival of his future and a damn good education with the most powerful people in the. If we can ensure that and staying in, and he can do his part and work and stay in it, we got a chance of that. Maybe the timeline is tenuous and not fully, established, but maybe it's protected.
The other thing that comes to mind is he is an orphan. What if we, just another idea, what if we got him inroads with another house because of his natural ability, and then they funded the school? That would set him on the path he needs to be on without it being deterministic.
And probably with a sponsor.
Yeah.
So
I mean, go to a house of magic. Hey, this is a 16-year-old kid with 5th level spell. Like, just show off what he has natural talent with no training. Maybe they adopt him. That's the start that we need, and then the ending can be whatever it needs to be.
But is that risky as far as having potential hunger, a place of power going, this boy could surpass us?
Not if he's careful.
But also, if he's revealed about any of his time, would they just want it?
But we know about him from the future is that he's high Q and intelligent. That I would think he's smart enough to be able to fly under the radar enough.
Do you think just being an orphan and just being able to be a prodigy by sorts would be able to be brought on?
I would think so. Especially if houses are greedy.
But he hasn't won any awards. He hasn't won any prizes. He hasn't hit any open science fairs. He hasn't done like any kind of match. Like, and now out of the blue, he just shows up on their doorstep and casts a high level spell. How is that not a trick by some famous other leader of another faction, or a plant, or a shape changed, or how do they vet that?
If you're
There's no history.
If you're a house and you're competing with other houses for power or whatever it is, and an unknown, untapped resource comes onto the field and you get a chance to grab it before anyone else does, don't you always jump at that? Especially
unless it's a pawn in a larger game.
And that doesn't matter though. We just need to get him into the school. So as long as we get him into the school now, we can deal with whatever comes later.
True, but coming from a person of power, they usually act slowly and with great concern for their actions.
There's also
Not
the thing
risky.
of nobles
And a
slowly
kid
manipulating
risky.
people.
Say again?
The noble could just slowly manipulate Cedric. He's a kid still.
That's true. That's true. It's an influence in the outside stance.
That's
So we'd have to find the best of the best.
Well, especially a noble.
When you're talking on the scale of noble houses, these are not hasty decisions they make. They're thinking about their grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren and how to set up their legacy for the rest of time if they can do it.
How do we have a gauge of actually how strong he is for his age? Like, is it tremendous or is it just above average?
For what he has in the ability of casting spells, it's above average. It is not on the level of like
It's not got like prodigy.
Well,
not quite that far, but he's
actually-
on the path.
he does have one accomplishment. He survived in the void.
How do you prove it?
Zone of truth.
It's true.
Would
But would that be tricky? What else questions do they
What else
ask?
prodding and pricking will they do in his mind, and what will it knock loose?
And what will it change of what was modified?
would I be able to, if we were finding?
Because if they cast Greater Restoration, and then they read his mind, and they there's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah, they'll knock loose stuff we don't want knocked loose.
With some of my new abilities, would I be able to tell what houses have good intentions for somebody for long term?
Totally, you'd be the best right now. of your group to vet someone?
I think Cade's the best option. I think that's the easiest, simplest way to go because him not being involved in an indirect recommendation could get him in. Like, that's just the easiest, simplest way to go.
Yeah, but him moving around is not a good thing. Cause it's an upstart for everyone else starting to worry that Cade is going to start returning. Because
Cade stayed out of the interactions unless he needs to.
I'm
Like,
sure
he's
he
not
has-
jumped into governing or directing. He's a check and balance.
But I'm sure he has people within his realm of control that can be like a sub.
And if the big thing is, you have to have more conversations.
yeah,
But one of the big things to consider is, and I'm trying to speak through Elwyn's brain, is consider people try to trace his origin back to the influence of Cade? Would they think that Cade's trying to supersede and plant control over a district he gave to be determined by the people, and now he's planning to take it back?
If Cade isn't strong enough to mask that relationship, he's not as strong as we think he is. It's my opinion.
It's more about understanding the balance of not his strength, but his choice to respect the choices of the districts. Because if he's seen as influencing certain districts in such a way, the other districts are upset at that.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
kept peace for 2,000 years because he has been
Impartial.
and that's been blemish free. So if a blemish shows up and it sparks a downside where now multiple have evidence of this and they turn against that, it could spark a whole larger scale thing.
Would he have allies that would not be considered under his control? That would be.
That's what would need a more conversation.
That's what
The
I'm saying.
other side of that is if he's not had anybody in close contact to him or his palace in 1,200 years,
He's got to have some kind of influence over. I mean.
well, he essentially can tell anybody to do anything if he wanted to.
Yeah, but I mean, does he have? Well, I mean, I guess we didn't.
He has-
You're also looking at his incredible army.
He's essentially
He
a level
has
20 wizard, and we know that, right?
simulacrums for days. He doesn't deal with other people.
Yeah, so everybody else has a law imparted on them that they can only have so many simulacrums. He's the only one above that law.
Yeah.
And it looks as if every one of his guards may be him.
I don't think there's any.
So you're looking at maybe thousands or hundreds of thousands of his army of level 20s.
I'm just wondering if he could get him in with somebody else who would not be like automatically associated with Cade.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It might be
he'll just have to
something
decide for himself,
where
but-
he just points us. Cade just points us in the direction
Of
who
somebody.
to go,
Yeah,
and
that's-
then we have to do the work.
Right. That's more likely.
It also
I think it's worthwhile talking this out because otherwise I think our brains would explode.
yeah. You want me to send to him again?
I think
If you're ready.
quickest option would be taking out Blackfist and putting Cedric in the spotlight for doing so.
That would guarantee his admission on a full scholarship, probably.
But we have that plan in motion already, so we don't have to. That's not part of the discussion, I don't think. And then the Cade thing is up to Cade. So there's other options to
So,
discuss.
but with this, all these things in motion, we put on the most likely of to occur, us successfully capturing Blackfist alive, low.
Very low. But
Dead, better.
It's not,
So maybe the reward's
fair.
different.
For 10 years at the academy.
you know what we can
Fair,
do?
but we
I don't
could
think it's
then.
that
If he
low.
dies, we can just revivify him.
That's the point I was about to make.
I mean, as long as it's within a minute,
Could revive him.
Yeah, well, Aaron's gonna be in the room with us.
right? And does he have a clone?
What does that matter?
It would transfer his consciousness to another body, and he wouldn't come back to that
Do we
body.
think he's strong enough to have a clone?
We can
How
polymorph
many
him.
years has he been at it?
We can
So,
polymorph
do you
him.
think dead is of importance? Because if he's dead and he transfers it to another body, he's still a loose.
But
Maybe
do we
Then
care if we
maybe
get the
why they
reward?
want him alive.
All right.
Well, maybe you don't care about the reward, but does he get away? Did you kill that instance of him and there's another
But
instance?
do
I don't
they
think it's that
know
unlikely because we have the ability
they
to
know that
polymorph
he's a
him
clone?
and nerf his saved into the
If we
ground.
take a body that is him,
You haven't, there's
I
no
don't think it's that
definitive
unlikely,
evidence.
because I can cast polymorph
So-
snail. We can nerf his save into the ground like 5
There's,
times.
so the way the clone spell works, it's an instance of you concreted in time. You die, you go to that instance.
I know, but what I'm saying
So
is,
there's insurances for these super wealthy that are set up that way.
as far as we know,
Yeah.
we've killed him or we've brought him to them.
Well, if you bring one alive, that is him.
Okay.
It's not a simulacrum.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So,
Well,
Or
we
it
just
could
get
be,
whatever
but that would
one-
be very weak. It wouldn't be able to be as strong as what he
we'll
is.
just try to keep him alive then.
And he's also not known to be a caster and other things like that. Simulacrums don't act with the same consciousness and abilities necessarily of the others.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, would they know the difference between a
They
simulacrum?
could figure it out.
Okay.
So, detect magic and understanding schools of magic would help figure that out.
Okay. So we wouldn't just be able to give it over to them and be like, "This is him. Give us money."
Yeah, so you couldn't have a doppelganger forced to be him.
Yeah.
You know, like there's just certain things that, and certain spells that are ways to vet.
Okay.
So it is a multifaceted and complex. It's magic. It's convoluted. It's a lot to consider. So, but most likely, so second step, other than trying to capture alive, is to get a sponsor from Cade, or at least point in the direction of that. Less likely for him to sponsor, more likely for him to point in the way. We still can't get that probably within 2 days. If we can't get that in 2 days, we have to be here for months. All right? And we don't know how much more time we need before we need to get back anyways. But we sure don't want to be here for that long, right?
No.
How much do we think 200k is to Cade himself?
Probably pennies.
Yeah.
But he's just talking about how it's connected.
I don't want to ask him for money right after we met him. Be like, "Hey, we just met you. We have money."
We're out of time.
His input to you was exhaust every option first.
Yep.
And I think he's concerned about his connection with the timeline, because he said see you in,
200 years.
Yeah.
There's
And then he
going
can
back
help.
there. Yeah.
because he doesn't want to break something.
Because he can't really help too much now.
He's scared to.
Yeah, which is totally fair.
Because his curiosity is there, but he understands he has to use a lot of restraint. 200 years from now, he can go nuts.
But
So-
Element is from this timeline.
Cedric, yeah.
Or
Cedric.
Cedric is from this timeline.
Right.
So if he's just helping him, not us.
As long as he's helping him and it doesn't devolve into war in 200 years.
Yes.
So there's never been a war.
It just seems unlikely to me that someone that powerful doesn't have the ability to give assistance without leaving a trace. It just seems very unlikely to me.
One of the reasons why he's so successful is because he makes certain choices. So. So that's part of it's part of
there.
yeah it's part of choices. So but and I think that's huge. So about understanding that is what he is. Can he? Probably, yeah. We're going to do it successfully, yeah. But he's making a certain choice to avoid the risk. And he didn't say he wouldn't. He said exhaust all other options. So you guys have 2 days to get the money to get him in his first 2 years, or some way to get him sponsored by some notable achievement or action. So he can either have been successful in y'all's baiting out within 2 days and capturing Blackfist, or can make your money, which is more likely to occur.
Making the money.
So, if all else fails, you got the money steal, and you capture Blackfist, and you get help from Cade, but you start with your least denominator, you work your way up, hope they all fall in place, but you don't set yourself up to fail. by just hoping on your best option.
If
Blackfish is more likely to attack while we're doing something. So if we're all on a job, that would make way more sense.
So we should be in public like tonight. Like we need to go to a bar or to a fight ring or somewhere.
Casino.
if we
You
go
could
to
gamble.
the casino, and
He's
we
not
go
gonna-
to the roulette table, and
You never know.
see a specific time, and we see
And
what
a
number it
sequence.
lands on.
And a sequence of numbers it's landing on.
Yeah.
We could be like after black 17, red 3, 4,
We
double
bet-
0,
and
then we bet
money on this
this.
specific number, and we double that money
We could anchor it, yeah.
in one night.
And that's at least a double. We can ensure at least one double.
Yeah.
But we're unsure if the events change
Is it
before or
is
after
it
our
more than double
influence.
if you get the specific number on the roulette table?
We go green.
If you,
It depends. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we can get more than double what we have right now if we pick a specific time on a specific roll.
And we have to make sure we don't alter any of the events to change the odds of what's happening. Because if they're spinning it at different times, what are the different possibilities of the heat or temperatures of everything? And there's a lot of variables. So if we can find ways to not affect the variables to achieve the same result, then we can do it.
Yes.
Yeah. But do we want to get more money before we do that doubling or tripling or
Well, if we're trying to get them in the academy in 2 days,
so we just got to get to 100? And how much do we have?
80, you're probably 75 now with everything that's been bought between then and now.
I still have 19K.
So we just need to hedge our bets and raise 20 without losing more, or win 30 and without losing more.
I mean, we could just do it twice. We could go to one casino and double it, and go to another casino and double it. We don't.
Well, we still have to raise enough money to double it twice, right?
We had 70,
no.
we double to 140,
40.
or another 280. I mean,
And then we're there, but we were too late in getting it to the administration. We got a
just
very
reset the
small
day.
window, but if we reset the day, we don't have the money.
So we try again.
Well,
We can only reset. We only have one go each day.
I mean,
Right. So
We can't reset twice in a day.
So we do it tonight, and then we go again tomorrow. And
We
then we
already
have a
reset
reset.
Say what?
we
We already reset today.
Yeah, because
We have 2 days. So tomorrow we can do tomorrow twice, and we can do it. That would be once successfully.
Yeah.
And then on our second day, the deadline, we could do it. And we have to try to get the admission in before the day is over.
What is the deadline time wise on the second day?
I didn't ask.
Oh, poop.
So is it the close of the academy office at 5? Is the casino even still? Are they 24/7? Like, what's the deal? Are they doing high roller tables? Like, can we get to the high roller? I don't know. I don't know. What if we successfully get the money up and we get it all on the first night, and then we can submit it the next day?
If we tomorrow we do one, we double our money once. We wait till 12 o'clock, and then we go look early in the morning because they're probably open late night, like till like 4 o'clock in the morning at least, right at the casino.
We can't double until after a long rest. I mean, we can't anchor until after a long rest.
I'm
We
thinking
can only anchor each day once. We can't go back multiple times.
Well, I was
Right.
thinking wait till the second day technically has
Right,
come,
yes.
but you have to have a long rest.
But we don't need the whole day. That's the thing. We just need.
So-
Has it been known how long he can actually turn back? Is it just his ability of like a turn?
I've done it once now, and I'm still figuring it out. I feel like we're pushing the bounds of it. I will do my best.
Okay, so I have one quick question. What's the problem with him just not going this year and just going next year?
I guess we
We
just
can
have to chill here
We'd have to wait here for a few months.
Is that
and raise the money.
and raise the
I guess
money?
that's how important it is. Do we want to just pick up some jobs and stay safe and don't die and don't get hunted down by Blackfist? Because we just put our name out there like crazy. Because any one of us dies before going back or getting forward, we're also in that way. And we just painted a target on our back. So do we have time?
I think we're making Mount out of a molehill. We have so many options, and we really don't have a rush. Like honestly,
No, but the target on our back, we might have to rush.
just fight him. I don't think we're gonna have an issue with him. Like with a full party versus one person who's not known to be a spellcaster. Like we can find
He
a
does
way.
do long distance.
We can
And
find a way.
he has time too, right? He doesn't have to do it in one fight.
No, I don't know.
I guess this all lies on the choices of what we're willing to risk.
I mean, if we just do one, if we just get just enough money for one semester of tuition,
You have to pay 2 years.
2 years.
That's 200,000.
I mean, I could go and see if I could cut a deal about paying for only 1 year up front and then the next one over time.
I pushed very hard, and they were very adamant. And I
I-
tried 2 days in a row.
That's fair.
So, but if we get,
And she was very good on her
if we
rolls.
hit the exact number on our roulette table, that'll get us. That'll probably get us 200,000 because if it's double is 160, and then we only need 40,000 more. Would that get us that extra 40,000? If we hit the exact number.
Or we could just go tomorrow, take out a hard gold loan from a bank, reset the day, and then we owe nothing.
Or we
So
would keep the
we just
gold.
need credit to get a loan, which might be easier to get if we just.
I'm
had a
sorry, I'm not
disguise.
following
But you can't reset and keep the money.
Why not? We
have
keep
all
our
we-
knowledge
no.
and what's on us, all the
No,
things
we
that
don't-
we have.
No,
we
you don't
keep-
keep what's on
We
you.
keep what we had at the start of that day.
the start of the day.
Oh. Seems like we have good options. We're just not wanting to take them.
A loan sounds like a solid option. Even if we do have to pay it back.
Oh, so
If we got a loan.
yeah, guys, if we get the right number, we all are good
Okay,
on the roulette roll.
let's just do that.
The payouts are insane.
Yeah, because you can on colors or numbers, and then or green, and there's different payouts.
35 to 1 on a single number.
Yeah.
Oh, we're golden.
Oh, we're not even worried.
We're swimming
So,
in it.
so now that we have that information, because we're all avid gamblers,
Yeah. We've been in many casinos.
how do we not have the variables change and throw all our money and lose it?
When one person goes, we don't take the whole group, so it's not as much of a problem, I'd say.
I still have to bring the whole group because we have a target on our back.
That's true.
We bring
I-
the
I-
whole group to the casino, but we don't necessarily all go to.
The table.
I'll go
We
play
just
blackjack.
have to set
there-
no variables, so
Are
from the
there?
beginning of the day to casino, nothing changes. So that if we fail, the next day we do everything exactly the same, because the only variables will be us. It's
Are
the
there
same day.
rooms at the casino?
We don't know.
Because if there are rooms at the casino, we could stay there, and then all you gotta do is walk from the room to the roulette table. That's all you're changing.
Yeah.
And you just have to get the right time of day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's only 6 variables and it's us. That's it. Everything else is a constant.
Yeah.
You just have to nail it.
We sleep today. Tomorrow we go to the casino.
And
Probably should have even just tiny that tonight.
I think for us to get to the table, we've got to make it to the high roller suite. So lower
Roulette
tables are
on the bottom floor.
Not the same stakes that you can bet the same amounts at.
So you want to go gamble tonight?
so if you want to try to get enough money to get access. So if we get renown or access or big spenders, now we're risking money to sell it, but we don't need a lot to get 35 to 1. So even if we lose a lot in the process, the casino may see us as valuable. So win or lose, we just got to make a reputation and a success to be able to get to the high up.
You only need 5,714 at 35 to 1 ounce.
So even if we split all our money, we only need one person to be successful enough to make renown and get to the high roller. So by splitting our money into at least not losing below that amount total, as long as all of us can walk away from the casino and pull our money together and get that at least 6,000 together,
33 cents.
or we could just set 6,000 aside at home, go and lose all our money, and then
Try not to lose the money.
And then
but
the
if we
next
do-
day, with the access to the high roller table, we can have that. We never lost it.
True. You're not wrong.
I think it's important that we talked all this out. I feel like we found 102 ways not to do this.
Yep. Everyone, let's have some fun.
All right,
to the casino.
guys, it's been a heck of a day twice.
Yeah.
And I'm glad all of you have made it while we're all been separated. I feel very uncomfortable. but let's go gambling.
Should
Oh,
probably
dang it.
talk protocols about now that we have a target, how do we keep Oberon safe, as in guarded and not alone at any given time? So that
Is it
seems like
him
a
safe
bad
or you
idea.
safe?
I didn't say I was Al. I was just picking up Cities.
Well, I don't look the same anymore. I don't have the hat of disguise
Okay.
on.
We can put the hat disguise on him.
I would have.
But also interacted with their shoulder.
I mean, I think I would. Wouldn't I know if he like made a check to see?
No, really no. But it physically interacted with.
I just would put a different disguise on then. Call it good.
I'm going to be your put of disguise.
Yes, they're precise. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? All right. Who's ready to go gambling?
Let's go.
So we're
Fast forward, y'all doing this tonight before the long rest, right? Go late night bender, right?
everybody gets enough money for 5 attempts.
So
Divided by 6 in the party.
if you're going that big, yeah, right.
That's the minimum bet to get 35 to 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, but no, you're not going to be able to get it tonight.
No, we don't want to do it tonight. There's not much tonight at all now.
There's no chance of getting
We're
it.
just
Yeah.
spending some money on the lower floor to get access to the top floor tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we just find out what it takes to get up to the high rollers, and we meet that minimum.
Right. All you're trying to do with your first interactions is get enough recognition, or hey, these people are going to lose all their money. We want them losing more money. They have deep pockets. Get them up there. And if it's just one of you, or it's a pair of you, or whatever, however that looks like. If you wanted L1 to be there just in case, you know, like, however your strategy is. But with that, do y'all want to have your long rest and then go to the casino, or y'all want to go right now and hit a late night casino run, 9 p.m., 10 p.m.?
It would
And
be
then come back.
natural to go tonight and
Yeah.
go the next day.
All right, we'll go tonight.
Sweet.
We have plenty of resources, so except for the ones we've expended for Hans ability.
Good. All right. So, welcome to which casino?
What was the
The
casino?
Stranded Casino.
Stranded Casino. You guys come up to the Stranded Casino as a group, all of you. How is everybody dressed? What are we looking like?
Spiffy.
I'll wear my fancy clothes. Yeah, sure.
Fancy clothes.
Fancy clothes.
Weapons, gear, magic items. Didn't come armed to a casino.
I
I
have my
mean, if they
loot.
allow arms, sure.
Yeah, but you bring it.
Yeah, I do have my loot.
Right. You bring all your stuff. Don't leave anything behind.
All I have is my staff. You wouldn't deprive an old man of his staff.
I'll just bring my. Well, I mean, the only weapon that I have now is the Yeti Cooler.
You leave your challenge.
Well, I can't be divined.
That's great. Does anybody else leave their challenge?
No, I mean, it's in the backpack.
Yeah, right. It's fine.
I'll keep my chalice on me. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause we kind of need to have them. So.
Yeah. So, as you guys get to the casino here, and you are coming into it, they're checking everybody's weapons and all their gear and such. And goes, all you need to bring in is your coin purse.
The chalices are solid gold, right?
They're mixed.
You could bring them into looking like degenerate gamblers. We have something when we're out of money
Mm-hmm.
that we can exchange for more casino credit. That might be bought if Oberon does them.
What's the issue? We need to keep the chalices on us. Why am I the defective person?
Because you're the party phase.
Oh, you're right. These are our group drinking cups. We've had them for years. Every other casino's let us use them. I'll pay some extra coin if we have to let us in just to use them still.
You bring your own tankard.
Family tradition.
Family
You
tradition.
don't have your lucky good luck charms?
Maybe that's why it's messing with... Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Everything else checked away.
We haven't actually drank out of these yet.
Yeah. You guys, there's a detect magic of multiple people detecting magic across you? Anybody wearing any magic jewelry or staffs or anything?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta you gotta locker those away.
Alright, so I took
Does
off.
that include armor?
Armor, cloaks,
Rings.
yeah. I go, it's alright. We've got a lot of surveillance on these. You'll have access to them within a minute of leaving the of this at all times. You're able to come straight through that door to your locker. You can see them at all times.
This is where he's gonna kill us.
Probably.
You can see your stuff. You can get it. There's a comfort level that they're there and they're protected. No one's going to mess with them. They're under a lot of eyes, and everybody's watching their stuff, including the tons of hired help. And they go, no one is allowed to touch these items except for you putting them in and taking them out. Strict rule we have. So don't have to worry about them being taken away. But we can't have anybody trying anything nefarious.
Alright.
This entire time
Insight.
that we're entering, I want to keep a fixed image
That's not
of
20. 27.
This is so standard procedure in a full magical world where gambling is a thing. They have to try to level the playing field so the house can win.
I'm consciously looking for specifically people approaching us with only the build of the guy that approached me. Height, shoulder set, given that he might have been disguised. I just want to keep an eye for that.
That's good. For this, Elwyn has to take and put his time-touched heirloom away as well.
Ooh. That's not gonna work.
All we have to do is get to High Roller tonight, so that's probably fine.
No, because we need to know. We need to reset the day in the casino tomorrow in order for this to work.
You don't have to.
But he doesn't need to be in the casino.
Like
Yeah, but-
tomorrow, whatever our plan is, we set it tonight. We go eat breakfast. We order X. We sit at the table till 5:55. He goes to the casino. He walks.
We can't reset until after a long rest anyway. We've already reset today.
But I'm saying
Yeah,
our
yeah,
first
for
attempt
tomorrow.
has to be structured so that it can then be copied.
And for
Because the world can't be varied. The only variables are the six of us. That's it.
yeah, it doesn't matter which
There's not
one
a
of
clock.
us.
Huh?
There's not a clock.
What do you mean it's not a clock?
5:55.
Well, I'm talking about
I
leading
know.
up to the casino.
But like, there's not a clock, so you have to like find something that signifies
A watch.
this win. You know, there's no watches.
Well, there's a. You see what the
They don't
rules
keep
are.
time?
Well,
No one keeps time.
Overall, with the sun coming up and down. High noon is high noon.
That's fair in casino.
If you guys want to invent wristwatches here in 200 years back, you're welcome to.
And honestly, it's fair. No, casinos normally don't have clocks in them, really.
True.
Sundial. Is there windows?
Yeah, they use sundials.
Okay, we'll use a sundial then.
You just how accurate, you know.
So
So there's still some variations. There's still some scariness. It's not like, oh, this is synced up with the internet across the world.
Yeah.
But all of that in thought.
Well, at the very least, we can get access to
Right, that's the first goal.
the top floor tonight.
So everything's checked away. You guys come into the lobby of the Stranded Casino. The Stranded Casino is a giant ship that is on land and fitted out with all kinds of casino tables and bar and everything else. And that's where we're going to be picking up next. As you guys jump into earning the access to the high rollers so that your next day you can reset and rig it all.
Let's go gambling!
Who's scared?
No one.
No one. Everybody's fine, right?
Lillian is terrified. A minute is so long.
Yep. You only need a minute to get to your stuff. It's only fine. It's only 10 rounds. Yeah. So, do y'all want to play one casino game before we leave? Or want to go ahead and wrap with the starting out in the casino for next session?
I'm gonna wait till they're back.
My brain's a little fried.
Sounds great.
You
So with that,
See Aaron gambling.
yeah. And everyone can spend and lose as much money as they want to. And y'all can take all of your money, split it 6 ways, and keep 6,000 back at the hotel. So that no matter what, you can accomplish your goals tomorrow. The whole intent for the next day, win or lose as much as you want, make a statement that you're meant to be at the high roller table. Everybody like it? Everybody excited?
Yes, sir.
I'm excited. I feel like it could not have set up better. I'm excited. Well, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. We hope you guys join us next week. We love you. Bye.
I love you. Goodbye. Stole my line.